Welcome to the second watch along in 2 days. It is Gav Mack, Steve Buck, Ed Hall. Bonjour, gents.
Hello.
How you doing, mate?
I'm all right, mate. Very warm. But I'm sorting myself out. It is indeed. It's Chelsea versus West Ham. And West Ham did the double over Chelsea last season. I didn't even pay much attention to that, actually, because I said it in the show yesterday. I was like, when Chelsea got beat by West Ham at their place last season, it's like, hold on a minute, double, isn't it? So this is big. This is big, especially for Frank Lampard. It's the Frank Lampard derby. Buck, how do you see this game going?
Honestly, I only see a Chelsea win. West Ham, as much as every time I've had a look at West Ham, I just don't see a side that's got a lot of quality into it. There's a couple of players there that I'm not even sure should be playing football. I just
You're not a big
Chelsea
fan
win.
of West Ham at all, are you?
No, I'm not.
I don't think any of us are, but I know. But
he thinks they're championship fodder.
I do. I think they're championship fodder.
If you asked me at the start of the season, I'd be fighting your corner. I'd be like, yeah, au revoir, West Ham. But they've proved me wrong this year, unfortunately, and they're just dancing with the big boys. I mean, let's be honest. They lost 4-1 to Man United, but did they deserve to lose 4-1?
No, they should have been 3-0 up in that game.
Exactly. West Ham have held their own against some big sides. David Moyes, fair play, mate.
It's one of a few victories that Arsenal picked up this season. So,
and that was a dross game. Let's not.
Oh my God, we did a watch on for that, isn't it? It's a West Ham thing. I hope it's not a West Ham.
We were talking more about Bellerin moving to Arsenal than we was about the actual.
Was that the Kendrick Lamar game? Oh no, that was England. We were talking about Kendrick Lamar.
Where we ended up.
Oh dear. Should we have a look at some team sheets?
Let's do it.
Let's bring them up.
Let's do it. What have I done with them? I don't know what I've done with them. Have you moved them? No.
I haven't touched it.
I just had them here a couple of moments ago. I'll tell you what. Let's reload them. And the team sheet.
Is your favourite West Ham player playing? That's all I want to know. Is
people have a favourite?
Balbuena?
Yeah.
I don't dislike Balbuena. He's just a terrible footballer. That's what it is. So team sheets are as follows. So Mendy between the six, he keeps his spot in the side for Chelsea, and they've gone with a back four of Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva, Kurt Zuma, and Dave, or as Piliqueta, as he's popularly known as. A midfield three of Jorginho, Mason Mount, and Kante, and then a front three of Christian Pulisic, who's fit again, Timo Werner, who is dreadfully out of form at the moment, and Tammy Abraham, who's been a bit of a touch and go player this season so far. West Ham, it appears that they're going with a 4-3-3 as well. Or maybe a 4-2-3-1, depends how they look at the opening couple of moments. Mm-hmm. But the goalkeeper is Lucas Podolski, Lucas Fabianski. Left to right at the back is Aaron Cresswell, Balbuena, Ogbonna, and Kufal, who I think has been brilliant so far this season. A midfield three of Mark Noble, who starts for quite a rare start for him in the Premier League at the moment. Declan Rice, the dangerous Souček, and then a front three of Fornals, Jake Bowen, and Sebastian Haller, who's found a little bit of form.
Haller's not a bad player, is he?
I like Haller.
Yeah, I like Haller, but the problem is with West Ham is they work well for each other. But in these individuals, would they excel at other teams, or is it just because they work hard at West Ham?
I think there's a couple in there that would probably move up and play for other teams. Are any of them top 4, top 16 type of players? I'm not convinced.
I'm convinced by Declan Rice.
Otherwise, I'm banning you from 2 at top.
No, because the issue is Declan Rice for England is so boring and dross, but he's a different player at West Ham. I think it might be a case he might be the big fish. That might be the situation. But I really like Jared Bowen. He's been on the radar of a number of clubs in the Premier League for the last few years.
Yeah,
he's gone to West Ham and he's pretty much scored 1 in 2. So he's not doing too badly. Haller, I really like him. I loved him when he was in Germany. I thought he found his space at Frankfurt. I think
he was going to have a bigger impact when he came over originally. I honestly thought he was going to be much bigger for West Ham than what he has been so far.
It's styles and systems, though, isn't it? You know, you can see some of the best players. Look at Timo Werner for Chelsea. Right, Timo Werner is one of the best forwards in world football. I don't care what anyone says. He comes to Chelsea. They play a different system. He looks lost. He looks like, I don't know, like Shamak. You know, he's just doesn't look that great. And I don't know whether he needs an arm around his shoulder or he just needs, needs to find a few more goals. But once again, his goal scoring record ain't been that bad. So.
Yeah. I mean, in recent times, it has taken most players that have come in even from the Bundesliga, it's taken them 18 months to really kind of settle in before you start to see the best of them. Heller's this is the second about season, that kind of time now. So he's had roughly about that sort of period. But I was just expecting to see more and for him to hit the ground better. You look at him as a player and you're like, actually, you're big, you're strong. You know, he's reasonably good at holding up the ball. His positional play in terms of getting into the box and scoring goals was pretty good.
He's got an iron peg.
Yeah. His ability to actually pass a ball is a little bit lacking at times, to be honest. But apart from that, his play was actually pretty good. I thought, you're going to hit the ground running far better than someone who's used to just running around with pace or being able to sort of drop in and then accelerate past the player with some movement. That takes time when you're getting used to a new system. But a straight target man really shouldn't take that much time.
Well, I think if you're gonna do that, then you need to have someone who's just gonna be able to knock the ball down to, and who's you gonna do that for? You know, that's the situation where you need two strikers, two at top E. Bonjour, Simon. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Simon.
It's good to see Mark Noble getting a start, though.
Yeah, good to see. He hasn't been starting many games recently. I'm not quite sure why. One player who plays for West Ham, or I know, is it you, Ed, who's a big fan of Aaron Cresswell?
Yes, it's me.
Yeah,
I think 4 or 5 assists already this season. The guy's got a whip on him. I'm telling you, he's a really talented, underappreciated footballer. I think he could perhaps make maybe another step up to like a Leicester or dare I say it, Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? It's I think he's a really good player. He's a good centre back, reliable. I'm telling you.
He's only got a couple of years left because he's 30 years old now.
I say centre back, not centre back, is
he's a left back who can play on the left side of centre half if you're playing a back three. He could do that job.
I don't think Spurs would look at him.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, I'm trying to think of styles he'd suit because you're kind of looking for that long ball delivery when held back because you get pent in a lot, didn't you, lately? So
yeah, we're lacking creativity certainly for the midfield, and we're certainly lacking a left-footed centre half that we don't have.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to have you in the Liverpool-Tottenham watch-along because it was an interesting game. I'll tell you that.
The best side lost as well, didn't they?
Oh, piss off.
Well, according to Mourinho, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he just tuned in for about 20 minutes of the game and didn't bother watching the rest of it.
Right, I'm watching on Sky Go, so...
Yeah, I'm on Sky Go.
I'm on Now TV, but honestly, I'm just going to get the score up for us. I thought I did it, but I'm just going to not delete it.
Okay, so I've just kicked off.
So I'm at 45 seconds.
You're at 45 seconds? Bloody hell, I might go in the living room.
I'm on 30 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
Bit of
Yeah, I'm about half a minute behind you.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, we'll be all right, Ed. We'll just call him up.
Yeah, exactly. Gav, stick a bet on Cresswell to score.
It's suspended. Damn it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Let's have a little chat about Thiago Silva here because I was a little bit sceptical, I've got to admit, when he was signed by Chelsea. You know, he's 36 years of age.
36, yeah.
Best years as centre half. Yeah, best years are definitely behind him. Mm-hmm. I think other teams have seen the best of Thiago Silva, and I was like, it feels almost a little bit of a kind of short-term panic in a way. Like they almost needed the name as to what he could bring behind the scenes to bring some of the youngsters through and some experience, as opposed to he was going to come in and be actually as effective and as influential as what he has been in the starting 11.
He had no pre-season as well because he played in the Champions League final last year. And even though he still got to the Champions League final and you know, PSG win things. It's still PSG and it's still the French league. I couldn't see him turning up for a season here, and especially after those first couple of games, nice little chance there, ball whipped in, and it's cleared away by Kufal. After that West Brom game where he just got bodied by Callum Robinson, I was thinking this guy is dead in these streets, but he's done all right. He's done all right, and he looks much more comfortable with a more astute goalkeeper between the sticks as well.
Yeah. I think it helps the way Chelsea play. You know, they're not trying to play a very, very, very high line. If you look where their back line goes, it very rarely goes higher than sort of 3/4. So it's always around the edge of that D, never steps up to the halfway line dead. And that helps, you know, as much as he used to have he's pretty quick turn of pace really for a centre-half. But 36, I think he'd get caught out if you played a very high line in the same way that Harry Maguire gets caught out because Man United will always look to play that higher line. So the way that they've set up tactically has probably really helped him.
Yeah, I think so too. And my issue as well is the fact that he could barely speak a word of English. And if you're captain and you're asking your players to do a certain job, if you don't speak the native tongue, it doesn't matter whether you're English or not. It's not a Brexit meeting that we're having here. It's more the case of, you know, like if I go to Spain and I'm automatically inducted as captain, how can I communicate with the rest of my team if I can't speak a word of Spanish? You know, so I think that was going to be a bit of a struggle, but you know, football's the international language of the world, isn't it? So it's someone.
Kurt Zuma's been a breath of fresh air this year, though, hasn't he? I mean, he's probably been the standout centre back in comparison to Thiago Silva. To be fair, I've always thought he had the ability in his locker. He's just never really quite found that consistency at Chelsea, I wouldn't say.
He's been an FM legend for years.
A football manager legend, is that?
Yes, mate. Honestly, literally, if you've got a corner, if you got a corner, you stick him on the front post, heads it. He'll score a hat-trick of headers.
Have we got a Ben Chilwell injury there?
Yes,
well,
we have.
It's the second time he's turned his ankles over, though. So the game previously, he was coming on. It was late on in the game, and he was coming down the left-hand side, and he turned his ankle over late in that game. And it looks like he's done the exact same ankle, just turning it again. So, yeah, he just went in to just add some pressure into the West Ham player.
Chelsea well, though.
Buckled over.
I'm quite surprised by how well he's done. I thought Ben Chilwell was going to do a classic. No, because I rated him at Leicester. Nah. But when Chelsea sign players, they absolutely stink, especially promising ones.
Yeah, stick or twist with Chelsea a lot, isn't it?
It is stick or twist. There's no medium. There is just either flop.
It's a bad twist, isn't it?
That's at a right angle. That is. Yeah,
angle
go that way.
I think he's going to be all right. It's just going to take a while for him to get going again.
But Emerson, bloody hell! I didn't even know he's still there.
Oh,
Danny Drinkwater's still there, mate.
Well, did you shit out with like young kids and that?
Well, did you see the tackle which led to it?
No, I didn't see it.
Do you know what? Because that's what wasn't going around. What was going around was him squaring up to a 16-year-old lad. It's like, fall from grace. You see, look at this, rah rah. Man, he could have got locked up for it. The tackle that was put on him, 2-footer, it was disgusting. I would expect any professional footballer to react in exactly the same way. No bullshit.
What, the tackle on him?
The tackle on Danny Drinkwater, yeah.
Oh, so it was worth him squaring up?
Oh, 100%, yeah. It's disgusting.
Wasn't that the same game that Petr Cech was turning out for the under-23s?
Was that the same game? I think it might have been.
We've got a goal
today.
Right, okay. Can you pause it? Otherwise, I'll go in the living room, and it's half time already if I go in the living room.
No, it's been given away for offside.
Yes.
So West Ham take a quick free kick. Yeah. Ball's played straight between the Chelsea line. It looks like Declan Rice has peeled away. Rounds the goalkeeper and slides it in, but he is offside.
Rice and McTominay making a tit of me lately because I just haven't rated him for the last year or so. And now
Scott McTominay.
Well, no, to be fair, Scott McTominay I thought was just boring. Like, more Declan Rice. No, he's definitely offside, but the finish was still quite cute, though.
I like Declan Rice, man.
You like Declan Rice? Mate, we've had full podcasts where you've slated him.
Yeah, for England.
Yeah, I just don't. I think there's so many better CDMs in the Premier League. And just because he's the one English one, he's so overrated. I mean, he's certainly not worth the price tags which get dished around for him, is he?
No, but you've got to remember he's English.
Window, and it's like, oh, we just spent 50 million on Declan Rice.
But you got to think of English tax. Look at Andy Carroll. Andy Carroll was a 15-20 mil striker.
I know it's English tax, but that's why I rate him even less because of the English tax. It's like, well, sorry. It's like
I don't even think it's an English thing though anymore, is it? It's a youth thing. As soon as a player is a young player that shows some promise, there's a massive price tag that's put on it because clubs know now you're going to buy them with a view to try and increase their value and either sell them on or turn them into an end product and take them in their peak. There's plenty of these players that have been brought over. You've only got to look at the Chelsea guys. Are they worth the money that was originally gone and paid for them and booted around? Probably not. Will they be that sort of sum? Maybe if the sums keep going up, yeah.
And here we got one from Alex. Declan Rice to dominate the midfield and make Chelsea regret letting him go from their youth academy.
I don't know about that. I don't know about dominate. I do think he's quality though, and also I don't think Chelsea are going to regret it because they're just going to sign him next season anyway. Because his dad's his agent and his dad's a massive Chelsea fan, and they've got links with Chelsea anyway. Mason Mount's his best mate.
Chelsea are the title credential team of the future, aren't they? You can just see it.
Next season, yeah. I thought it was going to be this season, if I'm honest, but they need a season to gel.
No, the reason I didn't think this season was because the sheer amount of numbers they brought in and the still inexperience of Frank Lampard. I'm not to say he's not good enough to win the league with them, but I just thought this year was a bit early.
Yeah, Ben Chilwell's coming off, and it's Emerson that'll be coming on.
Silva of all people.
There we go.
Corner balls come in, and it's Thiago Silva that comes in. Lovely run in, just heads it pretty much clear header inside the box.
Fair play. West Ham are still thinking about old Chilwell leaving the pitch.
I'm gonna go in the living room because I'm too far behind you lot.
We literally spent the first 5 minutes of the show talking about Thiago Silva, and he pops up.
And he pops up. Right, I'll be back in 2.
So much space, but fair play to him. It's still a great header.
I mean, David Moyes' side, as a side, they're normally pretty good from set plays. He sets them up to be very structured defensively, very fixed 2 backs of 4. From set plays, you don't expect David Moyes' teams to concede a lot of goals. He will be absolutely disappointed that there's no marking of Thiago Silva there whatsoever.
And Chelsea find themselves 1-0 up, though, at the end of the day. And that puts Chelsea on 25 points. 2
Puts
points
them above Spurs.
Second. Yeah, they're above Spurs on goal difference.
Yeah. Top 5.
Takes
5th place, I think.
6 points off first place. I mean, they really need to win this game because of how tight it is at the moment.
It's very tight. I mean, everyone talks about, the title contenders and you've got a good idea for where teams are by Christmas. But the reality is we started the season almost a month later. And I don't think you can take that view this year. I just don't think you can. Everything is so tight. I mean, was it Saturday or Sunday? We were looking at the tables and there was something like 4 or 6 points that was separating 10th place all the way up to 2nd place. I mean, you're almost the entire top 10 is in the title race, essentially, if you want to take it from that view.
The real question is, how do you wrap a bottle on doing my Christmas presents? If you've got an old shoebox, just chuck it in there, make people think you've bought them some nice trainers, and then kapow, here's a cheap bottle of Prosecco. Boom. There you go.
I go the other direction. Stop bothering to wrap a bottle. Bottle bag it, drop it in, fill a label in, chuck it in.
That's so true, yeah. But he doesn't have one. To be fair, Christmas isn't exactly tomorrow. Wait, what's it today? 21st. Oh,
Yeah.
It's in 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if I'm ready.
I'm definitely not. I got Whamageddon today.
How do you mean?
4 days outside of Christmas, I got Whamageddon.
They're everywhere, aren't they, on the old radio?
Well, I've avoided it for so long. Then I turned it on, and I was playing a playlist of Christmas songs for the kids, and I self-Whamageddoned. And you're like, oh no,
That's where you get
done myself over a kipper.
Yeah, Chelsea have scored a number of goals from set pieces. Just because you're organised from open play doesn't mean it's translated to set pieces. Isn't this in relation to West Ham? Yeah, I don't know if West Ham have conceded many set pieces, which I can think of note. Perhaps that's a problem they've had. I've not really analysed West Ham in that way.
Oh. My issue with that ball that's just come across the box is I'm not sure which of those centre halves know who is meant to be picking up Timo Werner. He comes straight in between the two of them, and no one seems to know who's picking him up.
Do you think this massive influx of players Chelsea have brought in, does it work? Because they've bought so many players which suit different systems, and they've tried to cram them into one. It's not. I kind of wish Frank would have gone out. And I say wish. I don't really wish Chelsea to do much, but surely he should have gone out there with players in mind which fit a system suited to Chelsea. But Kai Havertz and Timo Werner together for the German national team is a completely different setup to what they had at Leverkusen and at Leipzig. Like, Kai Havertz does not. I know he's not playing now, or if he is, I haven't noticed him. I don't think he's playing now.
No, he's not started today.
He's not started today. He doesn't suit Chelsea's system.
It's difficult because it's like we were saying earlier. It takes about 18 months, sometimes 2 years, to get the best out of a player that's freshly come into this league. What Chelsea have done this season is a little bit like what Abramovich did when he first came on board. He bought a lot of young talent, and it was almost in a way of, okay, 70-80% of them are going to work, and there's going to be a couple that are going to fall by the wayside and we're going to have to look and tinker. We don't quite know the best system to get the best out of these young players, but we'll work it out and then we'll fine tune it. That kind of seems to be how Abramovich sort of thinks and works. I agree. I don't think Kai Havertz has really hit the ground as good as what he could be. There's flashes of absolute brilliance with him. Technically, I think he's superb.
Oh, I think he's going to be one of the world's best in his position. I think he's already one of the youngest world's best. He's a player you have to build the team around. Yeah. I don't think you can just stick him in and just make him a provider, because he's not that. Like Kai Havertz got the majority of goals. Okay, so I'm glad they played on. Don't worry, they're going to check it. Cheers, lads. Top advice from a top stream. You are very welcome. You'll find out PayPal. Yeah. That definitely went out. No, check it.
Check the vote. Was miles out, mate.
Check the vote.
Miles out.
What was it? Stop the count.
It's only Trump that'd be telling you that was in.
I think Tammy Abraham is a player I thought would be out the door as soon as the likes of, because I think he scored 13 goals last season and then kind of dipped and never kind of got any form back. And then Chelsea bring all these players in, and I thought, oh, his time's got to be numbered, but he's played all right. He's suited the system quite well.
Yeah, but they've needed that. Abraham's link-up play is pretty good, and if you look at the likes of Havertz and Werner, well, I think Giroud is slightly different.
Oh, he is.
Giroud is an out-and-out target man for me. If you look at what he does for France, it's phenomenal. If you're playing a system whereby you're going to put far more balls in the box, you're going to be playing for set pieces, you're going to be playing for crosses coming in from out wide, I'd start Giroud all day long. 100% I would. If you're trying to play a little bit more kind of bringing players from out wide as inverted forwards and bringing them into the game and as a 3 or 4 pronged attack coming in and around that box, I'm not sure I'd pick him over Tammy Abraham. But I don't think Giroud's days are done and dusted. I think he's only got about 6 months left on his Chelsea contract, hasn't he?
I don't
He's
think
still got a long left.
I think he'll have a fantastic season. It'll put him in the shop window for someone else. I think if he ages out, I don't think he wants to be at the start of a Chelsea project. He's served the Premier League a long time, hasn't he? So he's won the World Cup.
I still think he's got it.
No, he's still got it
for me.
He won't go anywhere. It will jeopardise his France position. I don't expect him to go to an MLS or to Chinese. He's not there yet. He's not at that point of his career just yet. But I wouldn't be surprised if you saw him go perhaps to, how do I say it, like a Juventus and Atletico Madrid. I think Juventus have had their eyes on him. I know they've got Morata back now, but I think he'd suit that system far better than Morata.
I still think he could probably do it another season in the Premier League.
He probably could. Maybe
even 2 seasons if he wanted to play a supporting role. I think he's a good player.
Do you think he's going to sign a contract?
I don't think he'll sign the contract. I think they'll try and get rid of him in January.
Well, yeah. I think Frank's too reliant. I think Frank deep down believes they can push for some form of because you're not going to get much money for someone who's got 6 months left.
No, but equally, if you've only got 6 months left on your contract, and it's the Euros next year as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I think Giroud's going to want to play. But surely he'd want to do the 6 months at Chelsea, do the Euros, and then have a pick of whatever club he wants. I mean, providing the options he's given. I don't think
if he's not getting a lot of time at Chelsea, though, wouldn't he push for a 6-month loan somewhere to get a bit more football under his belt?
But no, he is playing lots of games for Chelsea. He is playing like every other game. He played every Champions League game. He's very much in the picture. I think this is more squad rotation today, hence why Kai Havertz isn't in the fold. Because he scored against Wolves in the 2-1 loss.
Okay. He's getting a bit more than what I thought he was. I didn't think he was getting quite as much game.
4 goals in the Champions League in one game. He's actually playing really well.
Oh, yeah, I knew that one.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's probably got the best goal-to-game ratio than anyone at Chelsea at the moment.
I really like Mason Mount. Really, really, really like him as a player. He's always got his head up looking for the ball.
Team, and it actually kind of annoys me. I kind of like everyone in their positions. They've got a perfect mix of experience and youth. Kante, for example, that's Premier League experience if you've ever seen it. They've got world-class proven players like Timo Werner, and Timo Werner is, that level of player. Hence why the fee was that much. He did it for years, going toe-to-toe with Lewandowski in the Bundesliga for so long.
And he's still young.
Yeah, and then they've also bought Ziyech, who has his injury problems, but he's another world beater or potential. Kurt Zuma's improved tenfold. You've got Thiago Silva, who's been and done it all, who can help players like him. It's a perfect blend. The only problem is the reason I don't call them title challengers.
Oh, there's a stumble here.
That's
in. No, it's all right. Chelsea are back, mopped up between I think Kante and I think it was Aspilicueta that was helping out at the back there. But it was the slip by Zuma that kind of led him through the gate.
Yeah,
slipped on the halfway line. Really, really well covered there. I'm sure it's Aspilicueta that's come over just to close down.
We've got Gav coming back to the stream anytime soon.
He's ringing up his broadband provider now to see if he can find one that winds him forward in time a bit faster.
I know. I need to pause it now because I'm watching it on the telly.
Oh, blimey! Where are you up to then?
22:10.
Okay, yeah. I'm 21:47. 8, 9.
What's it like, baby?
21:33. Don't worry about it. I'm not bothered. Don't joke. Is it?
It's been a while since Liverpool were dragging behind.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not getting involved in that conversation.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not a part of that conversation.
It's 12, 13 games into a season, and I've not once yet said mind the gap.
Oh yeah, because this is Tottenham, you know.
Burnley won today, by the way. 2-1.
Exactly. But Burnley unbeaten in 4. They've picked up 8 points from the possible 12 games. So,
and they're a point behind you with a game in hand. So.
I know that game in hand against Man City, though.
Really? Like, so then you got Fulham who were 2 points behind you, which is disgusting.
The game in hand, the game in hand is against Man City for Burnley. But hey, look, Chelsea have been in this similar position only a couple of years back. What was it? The 16-17 season. You know, it was 17.
No, it wasn't. It was Mourinho won it in 2014. 2000.
So it's the 15. Yeah, it's the 14-15 season then.
So 2015-16 is when I went to share.
Yeah. So you know, Liverpool they've had their flirts with this sort of stuff at this stage of the season. Man United, you know, not to as far
Not
a
by
degree,
Christmas,
but
I know it's been different, but yeah, not. By
no. Chelsea's was Christmas time.
Oh, Chelsea's was horrendous.
Chelsea's was bad. You know what I mean?
Because they lost 3-2, I think, opening game of the season, and that really set the tempo.
Mm.
Yes, Claire. Exactly.
Aye.
As long as you're happy as a fan, I'm happy. But yeah, it's a problem.
What's Alex saying on that?
So why are you overheating then, Ed? What's going on? Is this like sort of early menopause for you or something?
Well, I just get hot and flustered, man. Football does this to me.
It's doused with an abundance of handsomeness. And and also my new Granada shirt, which arrived today.
I didn't notice.
I like it. I like it.
Oh man!
Got a couple of Wren shirts as well. They're quite nice. No, I bought these properly, mate.
The HK ain't bad, you know.
Yeah, it's also endorsing fake things, so I don't do that.
Oh, behave. Really shows how much these clubs spend on making it.
Edit. Timo Werner is decent and probably would get better. But I'll be taking Diogo Jota over him every day, twice on Sundays. Werner requires opposition teams to play a ridiculously high line for him to succeed in. I don't see any variations to his play. There's a reason why Liverpool decided.
Right, come on.
Let's go on past goal. Now,
what do you want? Which bit do you want to address first? Because I agree with some.
I agree with parts, and I disagree with others. Timo Werner is decent and probably can get better. Timo Werner is decent, and he is a brilliant footballer. He plays in a particular style. So, excuse me. With a lot of players nowadays.
We went for Jota because we didn't get Werner.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a case of we decided to go for Jota. We weren't willing to pay the money for Werner. Chelsea was. It was plain and simple. Like Werner wanted to come to Liverpool. I don't want to upset Chelsea fans, but
it was a pretty much a done deal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was his number one pick. He was talking about us in interviews, and then we didn't play the money, and then he was more than happy. He was set on leaving the Bundesliga, so he was always going to join someone. So it ended up being Chelsea.
I don't like the fact that Timo Werner didn't see out the season with Leipzig. That made me lose respect
they got
for
to a Champions League semi-final. It's like, what are you playing at?
Yeah, that made me lose respect for him a lot. Diogo Jota, I know you're a big fan. I know he's a big fan. I know he's a big fan of Jota. I'm a big fan of Jota as well. Wolves fans probably now.
I think they've ended on quite good terms.
No, I don't think they would be.
And if Liverpool come calling for a player like Jota, Jota's been doing brilliant internationally. He's quite sought after in Portugal.
He's also been doing bits in the Europa League and things like that, hasn't he? So
he's very young, and I think we've got ourselves a bargain bucket there. I'm telling you. I'm happy with it. But to be fair, I was just as surprised by the signing and how well he did. I'll be honest with you. He's having a better season for Liverpool than he's ever had at Liverpool.
At Wolves, me.
At Wolves, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even his best season at Wolves hasn't been as good as this one.
Yeah, I know. I see that. You know, sometimes things click, and also it depends on who's asking you to make those things click. And Jurgen Klopp is a world-class manager.
He doesn't have to do all the work at Liverpool like he would at Wolves. I mean, he's probably turned up and gone, "Oh wow, all I've got to do is finish it," because they're getting probably at Wolves. He'd probably have to create the space himself.
Yeah, he'd have to start deep. He'd have to make a lot of work, do things like that as well. So yeah.
Going deep. Yeah. So much.
I don't think that. No, that's not the case. That isn't the case.
No, honestly, we genuinely, if it wasn't for the COVID-19 and the big initial bust, we would have signed Werner. There's no question about it.
Yeah. Werner was choice.
Klopp and him have that German connection as well. They spoke on the phone loads. It seemed done.
Well, the ownership of Leipzig have got an affiliation with the ownership at Liverpool, I believe.
Yeah, they do.
There's a relationship there. Yeah. So.
Yeah, they're owned by. It's to do with the owners. It's they're like cousins, like cousin companies. It's like
that.
Okay.
They're not owned by the same people though. It's nothing like that.
No. There's just an affiliation there, isn't there?
Yeah. I tell you what, with all the drama surrounded RB Leipzig, because I know the outrage in the Bundesliga with the way they come up and that. But let's be honest, at the end of the day, it's like when the Chelseas of this world was made in terms of the big time. History doesn't put a little side note in going, was bought by Roman Abramovich. History is not going to care less about how.
No, history doesn't care. It's the fans. It's the fans that do it, isn't it?
Yeah, but then fans eventually grow up, and then there's going to be fans who've only ever known Leipzig being this Bundesliga side. So Leipzig will probably go on to be one of the great German football clubs, because Chelsea are the fourth most successful side in England now.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, everyone makes a big deal of the whole thing of, well, you've bought success, but actually, you look back through history, and there's always been a significant investment to get some of those top sides out. Man United, they bought top players. They did bring through the youth all the way through the 90s. They were bringing the young crop of players through, but actually, they invested big time in big players when they wanted them. Blackburn Rovers, when they won a title.
Yeah, they did it with
bankrolled. Yeah, Chelsea did it. Man City have done it.
They got slated when they signed Alan Shearer for a record fee at the time of £3.2 million.
No,
they got absolutely hammered for it, trying to buy the league and all that sort of stuff. That's what they were saying, you know. So, you know, and everyone who's won the title, I think I would probably say only Arsenal of the '98 team. Are the only team that haven't really spent any money to get anywhere.
But Arsenal benefited from the fact that the vast spine was there.
Yeah, of '98. But then in 02, they had to spend money to get to where they needed to make signings and stuff. In 04, you know, Chelsea went with their big millions and slapped up the league in 04, 05, and then retained it in 06. Man United had to make changes in order to go 3 on the spin again. You know, Man United changed their team pretty much every 4 years. It was like, right, okay, that's enough for you lot. It's your turn now, and let's crack on with that, and let's crack on with that.
And let's not be silly. Liverpool have spent money to get the squad together that they got now. They've been very clever and astute with some of the sales that have gone the other way to kind of balance that outlay out.
Yeah.
You know, the Coutinho thing was a great example of that. But they've spent money, and they've approached it in the same way that, you know, the big sides did when they were champions. You know, I need a centre half. I want my centre half. That's the one I want. Pay up.
Exactly. They bought what was important. It's like, we need a world class. We need a world class goalkeeper, and we need a world class centre half. And it's like, well, who's out there? What can we do? And it's like, right, okay, who is the best defender right now playing outside of a top 4, top 5, top 6 club, and who's going to be able to make that step up? Right, Virgil van Dijk. How much do you want for him? Because let's be honest, at the time, it was never worth the money that was spent.
No,
is
God, no.
probably worth about 35, 40. But this is the thing which pisses me off in football a lot, and it all stemmed with the Neymar deal because PSG paid the money for it. That ruined football because like look. You could go back on anything and have a look and see where it goes. Oh right, okay. This person's got a release clause. Basically, it's what your value is to me and my club. You know, the value of X player playing for my club is probably 10 million, but he's so important to me that he's worth 100 million if you want to buy him. And those big clubs are like, all right, then screw it. There you go, 100 million. And I'm like, well, I've got nothing to say now because.
Yeah, but it made transfer figures made sense for so long though, didn't they? Because even when so Fernando Torres, I think he signed for Liverpool for about 25 million, which was a big deal. I think it was about 22.5 actually. But Cristiano Ronaldo, when did he go? 2010?
The end of 08-09 season.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay, anyway, yeah. So they won the league, whatever. Manchester United sold Ronaldo for 80 million. And at the time, no one scoffed at that. Ronaldo was still very young.
He was the best player in the world and was worth more than any other player that had played football up until that point.
Yeah, so like your top players going for 35, 40, but this was Ronaldo, so 80 million was fine. Gareth Bale going for 85 was absurd.
At the time.
But yeah, at the time, but you understand why he was that valuable. His age as well, the comparisons to Ronaldo's play. Neymar was just ridiculous.
The Neymar deal, he was never. I think Neymar was one of the best players in the world at the time.
But what Ronaldo was at Man United?
It was probably worth a 60, 70 million, but his release clause was 226 million. So if you want to buy him, that is how much you have to pay. So now people will be like, oh, well, he's not worth 226 million. It's not even worth that. No one said that. No one has said that. So if you've paid that, then you then have to reset football. It's like, right, okay, there's the gauge. Is
release clauses are massive. I mean, across the continent, release clauses, certainly in Spain.
Yeah, purposely.
They're common.
And
they're there for a reason.
I don't want to buy my player. I don't want him to have my player. My player, I want him to stay with me for the duration of his contract. That's the whole point.
And they're not just there to put you off buying it. They're there because they're going, well, all right, we'll put something stupid in there because what's the price tag that it would cost to rebuild the team enough to balance the loss of that player? And that's the price that it was done. So he's not worth 200 odd million pound, but actually he was to that particular club. That's what that was going to cost them.
I understand where the bitterness comes from with some of these transfer fees because, I mean, yes, you were completely right in saying that Liverpool spent money, and let's not be under no illusion. Liverpool are a big brand worldwide. They're always going to have a ring full of that amount of money. Yep. But what Liverpool did is when Fenway Sports Group turned up in 2010, we were in debt. They paid off our debt, and then that was it. They said, now we're going to do things the right way, young players, not overspend. We could not have bought players like Van Dijk. We could not have bought players like Alisson, even in 2014, even after selling Suarez. We earned that money from, yes, some clever transfer fees, Coutinho, Suarez, etc. But it was the gradual progression under Klopp, Europa League final, top four, then Champions League final. Champions League and second. It was the league progression which gave us the more funds each year. It wasn't.
I think that goes hand in hand, though, because it all started for me with that. I see it as a brilliant bit of business. You lost Coutinho, but actually it enabled you to go out and buy the very start of those jigsaw pieces that you needed.
But we never had that.
It's not just that as well. It's also
teams are just like, I think that's why some fans feel a bit shit when a team just completely doesn't perform on the pitch and they go, boom, it's 300 million, change the team. I think that's why a lot of football teams go a little bit about it.
Well, like I think it's also down to the individual player as well, and you know, there are players that could have gone elsewhere and earned the same money, but they've chosen to go to a particular club because they believe in the ethos. And they believe in the way that the squad's being restructured. And I think Chelsea are a prime example of that because Chelsea, people make out like Chelsea were terrible before the money came along.
Well,
they weren't. They weren't terrible.
They won the FA Cup in '97 and in 2000. They won the Cup Winners' Cup in '98, and they got to the final in '99. They played Champions League football in '99, 2000. They were runners-up twice before the money came along as well. They had a good squad. They were going in the right direction. They needed a manager who could take them to the next level.
Yeah, they were still bringing in players. You look back before Abramovich, you were still looking at. Yeah, you've still got the likes of, even before that in the 90s, you got your Vialis, you got your Hullets. They were still signing good quality players. They were.
Bobby Di Matteo, he was world class at the time. Frank Leboeuf, World Cup winner. Ed De Hoy,
I love Frank Leboeuf.
I love Frank Leboeuf as well.
Love Frank Leboeuf.
Chelsea people make out like they were just dross, and it makes me laugh.
In the shop window by having them kind of performances. If it wasn't them winning them FA Cups, if it wasn't them finishing, because let's not forget, before Abramovich bought him, the last game of the season was between Chelsea and Liverpool for that final European spot. I think we only had 3 positions, was it, at that time? So it was whoever got third.
Yeah, it was less.
Yeah, and Chelsea won that game. If Chelsea don't win that game, maybe Abramovich doesn't buy him. He probably still does, but it just shows that they earned that.
But they made clever signings. They made clever signings. I'm not being funny. Petr Cech turned out to be, in my personal opinion, the second best goalkeeper the Premier League's ever seen, behind Schmeichel. I think Schmeichel is number 1 goalkeeper the Premier League's seen.
Okay, sure.
And then, Petr Cech is number 2 for me. They picked him up for pennies from Rennes. Who was going to go to Rennes and have a look for players?
Yeah.
Damien Duff, I'll tell you what, Alex is watching the show with us at the moment, right? And Alex, me and Alex have enough conversations about this anyway. And it's about going to the lesser clubs and signing their better players because they want to play for you. Liverpool are a prime example of that, but everyone's praising Liverpool for doing it now. But why ain't anyone praising Chelsea for doing it before? Damien Duff.
Yeah.
Damien Duff
was the player. Duffy was the player.
He was at Blackburn, right?
That's a very good while after that.
And he got his injuries that was doing it. Robin, how much did they spend on Robin? They didn't spend a great deal of money on Iron Robin.
When was he? Like 2004, 2005 ish.
2004 sort of time. And he ended up he left there, went to Real Madrid. Didn't work out for him at Real Madrid. Turned to Bayern Munich, bosses it. But they didn't spend top dollar on all the players that made them the team that they were. So no, I don't.
But again, they brought a lot of youth. They brought a lot of youth.
Younger
Robin was young. Yeah, I think Duffy was about 26 or 27.
I think it's even younger than that. Joe
was even younger. Joe Cole was a kid. Lampard was still really young. John Terry was coming through. He was a kid still. It was very, very young. Claudio Ranieri, I think, was actually part of that sort of foundation laying level.
He was
prior to the champion. So
he was. I was actually quite annoyed that they sacked him. And I felt bad for him. It's worked out, yeah. I think he's been dealt with bad hands sometimes. When he's, not really funny. Arsenal won the title in 2004 without losing the game, and then they sacked Ranieri for it. That's not Ranieri's fault.
No.
But then
that is a freak of a season. I mean, it is a freak of the season.
I don't think that's a free kick there by Dave.
Just throwing it out there, I don't think Schmeichel's the best Premier League goalkeeper. I don't. I think he's top 3, top 5. But I think it goes Petr Cech, then Van der Sar. I prefer Van der Sar to Peter Schmeichel.
Van der Sar had a couple of great years.
No, but to be fair, the problem is
wrong end of his career.
I think the Premier League only improved every year as it just got richer and richer.
Oh, Declan.
Early days of that. So I don't know. I'm a bit of a snob for modern football.
See, I'm just so fixed on 90s.
Yeah, see, I don't have much experience with the 90s.
There's videos, there's VHS.
Yeah,
you have to find it in the bargain bucket.
He's young enough; he doesn't know what tape of VHS is.
Do you even know what a DVD player is?
You behave. When I was a kid, it was still VHS. So what do you mean? Not that old.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's making sure.
DVDs come out when I was like 7 or 8. I think.
You remember mini discs, right, Ed?
Mini disc. What's a mini disc?
Oh my god!
Hey, we lost him.
I remember a floppy disk.
No, mini discs.
Mini disc. That was the way forward, man. That was. I mean, disc player before MP3 player all day.
Oh,
it's actually a little square thing like that, and yeah.
And you got little discs in it.
Yeah, there's a tiny disc inside the square thing, and then you put that square thing into a little player, and then you
like a
could have,
tape.
yeah, you could probably have the equivalent of 5-6 albums on there. He's got to square that. Here's Werner. Oh, he couldn't get out of his toes. I'll tell you what, I don't blame Werner on that one. That was a very, very delayed ball. I think it was Mason Mount.
Yeah. I'm just watching that through now. No,
right, he's got to square that. Who is it? Is that Pulisic? I can't see.
10. 10's Pulisic, isn't it?
Oh, Pulisic. That was Pulisic, yeah. He's got got to play that earlier.
The ball needs to go now. Just on the... No. He released that ball, I would say, 5-10 yards too late. It needs to go 10 yards earlier.
Not criticising too much, he keeps getting in the right positions, but he doesn't have squander some chances at Chelsea.
Oh, Werner. That's not Werner's fault, that.
Nah, that's that ball.
That's a terrible ball.
It was a terrible ball, but he still could have fixed that.
No, not by then. But because by the time the ball's been played, there's too much pressure on for the defenders. That's a poor ball. And he could have even played it to Tammy Abraham as well. He had an opportunity to play it either side about 5-10 yards earlier than that, and he chose not to. If by the time you've gone that far, you might as well take it on yourself, mate. That's what I think.
And that's what I think.
Well, it goes to show how great the game is. We're talking about Chelsea of old. We're talking about Liverpool. It's a West Ham thing. I think it's a West Ham thing.
Well, let's be honest, though. As much as I often go, I'm well impressed West Ham got a result here, got a result there. I never go, oh, they were brilliant. I just go, oh, they worked hard for it. Like, they're not exactly entertaining, are they? I've never gone, wow, you see that West Ham. Last time I said West Ham played fantastic was when they used to have all, who's the one who went Marseille?
Dimitri Payet.
Payet.
That West Ham side, even the rest of them was wicked. I loved watching that side. They were entertaining, they were fast. That was the only time in my life I can recall West Ham being entertaining.
So I remember the West Ham of old, but that's because I'm a lot older than you.
They were entertaining.
Yeah, I was about to say, is this World War II era?
Is this when our third team won the World Cup?
Yeah, I think it was like 1912, something around that.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you were younger at that point.
I imagine phone signal then was shit.
You're on about the days of Bobby Moore, Billy Bonds.
Oh my God! No. I'm talking about the West Ham. I remember always had a great youth system.
Like John Moncur.
Yeah. No, maybe not John Moncur, but
Trevor Morley.
No, you're talking about Joe Coles.
Oh, that
Lampard,
one.
Rio Ferdinand.
Glenn
Johnson came through. Jermaine Defoe.
You are right. There was like a little feeder club.
That team under what was Harry Redknapp, I think, and then I think they actually weren't too bad under Alan Pardew either.
Let's not forget Mascherano, Tevez.
Bunce.
Oh well. It was as dodgy as anything.
Well, Man United and Liverpool benefited from it because we got Mascherano. Man United got Tevez. It was like.
Well, Mascherano barely played, did he?
Man United got Jonathan Spector as well, didn't they? He went to West Ham. Baller.
That's the name I know.
What has happened though to that West Ham youth product? Apart from Declan Rice, where's the rest
he's coming through. He's coming through.
Where's the rest? And they're not a club that's got loads of money that can go and buy the top talent. So why are they not bringing through the best kids from, the best kids from out of London? Why not?
Read it and wait, Gav.
Oh God. My stepdad has been an absolute swat. Oh my God. I'll put AF in a message and it's like, don't respond to your mother like that. It's like, I'm not swearing, mate. What the fuck are you on about, bruv? Oh, for fuck's sake. Do you hear that?
Mate.
I'll put AF in a message. And Steve goes, you should have more respect to speak to your mother like that. Just now. Fucking prick. Oh, dear. Anyway.
Chelsea. I see you running one time out in bloody old. I see you running up near like Sixfields way with some bird one time. random. I was just driving my work truck and I just see you come out of nowhere. It's up near like the Red Line truck stop. You were like running up that way.
Me or Bert?
Me?
Yeah, it was you, definitely. It wasn't you, Gav.
Me?
Yeah, it was
Because I
you.
don't do running.
Yeah, it was definitely
Me?
you.
You don't run
Yeah, you run though. It was definitely you.
at the Red Line truck stop.
No, it was near the Red Line truck stop. As if you was heading from the Red Line truck stop to Northampton Town. It was like at the bottom of that long road. So, trust me, you were running with some woman, and I was like, "That's definitely Buck." It was. I saw you. I saw your face. It was definitely you.
What's the name?
Yeah. What is
don't
her
know.
name? Who's your running buddy?
Was she dark haired?
I don't remember what she looked like. I was just looking at you, baby boy.
Hey.
On the A45.
Yeah,
What's
something
the
like
name?
that. But it's not the A45, is it? It's whatever road leads to the M1 from.
Ed, was she fit?
I don't remember her. I honestly don't remember her.
You
I just remember I was like,
literally just looked at Buck and no one else.
to the top. I was like, "Oh, that's Gav's mate," because obviously I
Mate,
didn't really
I've
know.
no idea. I've no idea. If it was normally, so if I'm doing a run, normally I'll go towards the red line and then out to Harpole, not Harpole, like Hayford and that kind of thing. If I was going the other way and it was more kind of from the turnpike down Harpole area, then I may have come round through Harpole and done a loop. I don't know. It's probably Megan, most likely.
Yeah, sure. That sounds like
Megan sounds like a runner.
That sounds like a runner.
Megan is very, very, very good. I think she's 17.
Does she
absolutely amazing?
Does she run through your mind all day?
You just said she's 17.
No, she's 17. She's an incredible runner.
Thanks for tuning in to Up Top. This is our
What's a mother like then?
Mate. No.
What are you doing going out and running with 17-year-olds anyway? Anyway, Chelsea won, West Ham 0 at half time. What are your thoughts on the first half so far, boys?
Have we paid attention to the first half? Because it's been so entertaining, we've been doing other things.
Yeah, I mean, what scores? It's still 1-0. I haven't paid attention to this game.
It's such a West Ham thing. Such a West Ham thing. There's been chances both ways, but it's been pretty shoddy. But you got to remember as well, Chelsea have lost their last couple of games as well, so I think they just want to go out there and just like try and hold the fort down, even if it ends with 1-0.
Title race, because that's still their aspirations. Of course it is.
Well, a victory for them today only puts them in 5th place. Say only.
Oh no, but they're still tight up top.
It's so tight there. I mean, 5th place keeps them in it. It's so tight. No one in that top 6. None of them.
If 5th place keeps them in it, then does that involve then Man United? Man City, I should say. Sorry, Man City, I should say. That's my bad. Because this is the table as it stands in the top half. So Chelsea, I'll say it as it stands. It's not including Chelsea's game right now. But Chelsea, they were in 8th place before the game started on 22 points. A victory for them will put them into 5th place above Tottenham and just behind Everton. And if you're discounting Chelsea, then you have to discount Man City. And are we discounting Man City for the Premier League this season?
I'm not discounting any of them because they're all still in it. I'm just saying, if you ask me, do I think they'll win it? The answer is no. But do I think they're in a title race? Yes. I think Man City is certainly in it. I think Man City are going to benefit from the fact everyone's wrote them off. I mean,
if you're just talking about points, you've also got to look at Villa. 2 games in hand.
Yeah.
If they won those 2 games, that takes them up to 28 points. That puts them firmly up there. I mean, that take them up to 2nd place potentially. Do I
the Leicester thing was an anomaly.
No,
and they're not in a title race either.
No, but the points are so tight up there, so tight up there. And this season being what it is, fans not in stadiums, games that are feeling at times they can feel a bit like a training game because it's so quiet, but you can hear all the instructions that are dished out. I don't think home advantage comes into it anymore. I think it levels the playing field. We may well see another season that brings a surprise in the same way that we did when Leicester won the title. We might not, but
I can't see anyone other than a big club winning the Premier League this year. And the fact that Liverpool have had all their injuries and they have only lost one game this season so far, that for me tells me that they are a shoo-in to win the league this year. Because once they get back to full fitness and everything's all singing and dancing and whatever, fans come back towards the end of the season, a rocking cop, and you know, I think they're going to be challenging on all fronts this year. I think Bayern are going to win.
Fans will come back though.
I think Liverpool and Bayern are destined to meet in the Champions League. I think it's something everyone wants to say. Granted, I think we'll probably end up meeting them when we're still weakest. So I wouldn't back us to beat Bayern with the players we're missing, but I think we're destined to meet Bayern at some point.
Well, to me, you're only missing two players right now.
Yeah, but when you're playing against Bayern, you need everyone. Same with Bayern. If Bayern were missing Lewandowski and Liverpool come against them, you'd probably back Liverpool.
Bayern have got power elsewhere. But yeah, so, exactly. Like, I don't think. I don't think Liverpool would struggle that much against anyone other than Bayern at this current stage right now. You caught Bayern cold when you beat them on the way to winning the Champions League.
Yeah, but to be fair, we should have knobbed them at Anfield. They got very lucky there. They knobbed the 0-0 in the first leg. So then we thought we missed an opportunity there, but then we win 3-1 there. And it's the same size. So in this sort of situation, because you got to think, when Liverpool went through this transitional phase into Dalglish and Brendan Rodgers, we were out of the Champions League for a long time. We missed these great Bayern sides. We missed the great Barcelona sides. I never got to see Liverpool play against them. So we turned up for that game. So it's like we've been away a long time.
Who's got the comms on?
It's me. Can you hear it all of a sudden now?
Yeah. It's well bad.
Just keep an eye on.
What are they trying to say about this Thiago Silva goal? Because everyone's holding each other and touching each other. I can't see any issue with this.
They're basically trying to suggest that.
But you got comms on as well, haven't you?
I don't think so. I can have another look. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Well, it's just me. Hello, everyone.
I'll come back until he gets back, but then I might need you boys to cover for 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thiago Silva, the only goal. How about
that? Which sick bastard decided to put Thiago Silva to score, Chelsea to win 1-0?
Did someone actually do it? Is it on Twitter?
No, I don't know. It would probably be around somewhere. But just mute your telly. There we go. Or mute your mic. Either or works both ways. Yeah, I want to see a little bit more excitement, but as I said, I don't think we are going to see any excitement. I think Chelsea are going to try and get another, and then they're just going to sit back and, you know, soak a bit of pressure, do a little bit of passing around the midfield, passing around the back and stuff, bore them into submission, probably nab another. But yeah, they need to get another win, because, you know, losing to it was Everton, they lost to. Leicester. Can't think of their last two.
Who? Sorry, you're on about Chelsea?
Yeah.
Who did they lose to? They lost to.
Yeah, they lost to Everton.
They lost to Everton and Leicester, didn't they?
Yeah, it was Leicester. Yeah. So, you know, both teams are knocking around at the top of the league at the moment this season, but you'd still expect Chelsea to win both of those games.
It was Wolves.
Wolves. Ah, yes, it was Wolves.
It was Wolves. Leicester Leicester also lost to Everton. That's probably why we're getting it mixed up.
Yeah, Everton. Yeah, Everton lost to Leicester. Beat Leicester, sorry. And they beat Chelsea. Everton did.
Score first. He was 24-1. I'll tell you what, I'm surprised they haven't offered a Timo Werner shot on target or Timo Werner goal.
I'll tell you what we need to do as well. We need to just feature Simon right at the beginning of each show. Just give us the odds. Because anytime we ask for the odds of something, Simon literally comes in and goes, odds for that. I was like, oh, okay. So you could do it could be our equivalent of like Paddy Power guy on TalkSport. It's like, oh, yeah. Thiago Silva's scorer, 14-1, whatever.
The Orange?
Paddy Power is.
Oh, I thought Simon.
Oh dear. What's Buccarino doing?
Vaping, probably.
Is he got an old school push TV? He probably has. You know, he's proper old. So like he hasn't got a TV remote. He ain't got a TV remote. He's back in the day, and the kid's gone to bed, so you can't even use the kids as a TV remote. You know, so it's just
he just went outside to the antenna.
Yeah, he's got to get up. You got to get him to push the button in. You know, oh, change the channel. Oh, got to retune it, and it's just that mad fuzzy snow screen. That's what. You on it, bud,
mate.
What's
Honestly,
what?
Do you think I can find what they've done with my remote control?
Oh, so
of course not.
It's the kids.
You can't.
Like I've literally woken up. I found Barbie dolls.
Stop blaming the kids.
Yeah, mate. Barbie dolls.
No, they are there.
I mean,
I've had the Barbie doll hidden in my sofa.
He hasn't even got any kids. He's using it as an excuse.
I don't worry about my Barbie dolls.
Look, I even found this dog. I don't even know what this is.
A dog.
Like, I don't even know where it's come from.
It's just a dog. He's used it as a profile picture on.
So next time you need like Christmas presents and stuff, all you really need to do is turn up to my house, lift open the cushions from the sofa, and randomly there'll be some loose presents for everyone. Just wrap them all up, give them out to people on the streets.
Fuck it. I've got a motive.
Yeah, that's what's happened a couple of days. Good job we're still in tier 2, eh?
Oh mate,
for now,
honestly. Yeah, it won't be for long, bro.
We shouldn't be in tier 2 anyway. I don't think.
Nah, we should be in 3.
Well, people are coming from out of town and like going to like Sports Direct and Primark because that's all Northampton's got to offer, and using our facilities on that front.
Oh, is that what people are doing? That makes sense. Yeah, people are obviously leaving their tier system to have a normal day.
Yeah, exactly that. You know,
that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. The whole point of the tier system is so you adhere to it and you stay in.
You can't tell the British public anything.
No. Should have been martial law from the beginning. Get the army on the streets. The forces know what they're doing.
Who said that?
People said that loads at the beginning.
This is why I deleted Facebook, man. I can't be doing
it. Oh, God. That's what it's about. It's hilarious.
Oh, man. What do we think then? Chelsea, you're going to start entertaining us?
No. West Ham, the thing is, West Ham, they're having a great start to the season. A victory today will signal the best ever start of a Premier League season by West Ham. So they've got a little bit of incentive. And the fact that they did the double over them last season, they've created chances in this game. All you need to do is get a couple of decent crosses or a couple of decent corners in. And Souček is there with his big head. And he loves.
What is a West Ham win? Is it like 12 to 1?
Yeah. So Simon, if you could look at some odds for us, please, and we'll back them on the screen. Obviously, gamble responsibly, boys and girls. Well, if you're a boy or a girl, you shouldn't be gambling because it shows you're underage. You should be a man or a woman or LGBTQTC and all that sort of stuff. As long as you're over the age of 18. Simon, can we have the odds? Simon, can we have the odds, please, for a Souček goal, and also odds on a West Ham win, and also what was it you wanted to know, Ed?
West Ham win. That was it, mate.
Oh, just a West Ham win and a Souček goal. That's what I'd like to see.
It's not going to be a West Ham win.
No, it's not. But it's nice to see the odds and see whether more Christmases are being ruined for children up and down the land.
This is why I didn't have kids. There's no Christmas to spoil. Just mine.
We can't afford. We can't afford to pay the Uber. I mean Santa Claus.
The
any
Uber.
money to deliver all these goods all around the world because Mummy and Daddy spanked it on Sufal header. Well, I was meant to get
I love how you said Mummy and Daddy just to get you out of the shit. Like it was a joint decision. Like, we both corresponded. Like,
Claire had some
why
money.
Daddy sleeping on the sofa?
Claire had some money in her Bet365 account, which she hasn't touched for about 4 months. She's like, I need to get that out. I've got the password, whatever. She rang up, got the password and stuff anyway. And so I put a little bit of started to have a little play on the Arsenal Southampton game last week.
Now you're getting your items repossessed, probably.
No, she was loving life. You had Southampton to score first, Ceballos to get carded, and a number of corners, and she missed out on like 2 corners or something like that. And it was like 40-1. It's like, bloody hell, like, I'm going to get you betting more. See, they're putting it on the screen right now. So, Alex, you go chew yourself right now because they've just said it on there as well that he should have played the ball sooner. That is not me looking for links on how to defend Werner. That's just football, obvious football. You know, you got a man either side, left or right, and he's decided to look down. By the time he looks up, there's 4 claret shirts there. It's pathetic.
It's the ball should be played now, and that's it's 5-10 yards too short.
Too late. Right then, West Ham are 12-1, and Souček is 6-1.
Jesus,
I want better than that. I want those odds to be wider than that to make me go. You know, 12-1 to win against Chelsea.
Souček to score is not a bad shout.
Yeah, I like that. 6-1. Look, corners and free kicks.
Corners, he's a massive threat.
He loves it. He sorted me right out a couple of weeks ago on the old Sky Bet.
He is the new Fellaini, really, from what, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's good. I think Fellaini was actually all right. I think he got.
Fellaini was all right. He's a good player.
Let's be honest. He was probably one of the best players at a really poor Man United team.
But everyone goes, "Oh shit! Okay, why is he shit then?" You know, give me. Yeah, exactly. Because
he is what he is. He was not going to be David Silva. You know, he was not going to be the quick, nimble, super movement, fleet-footed type of player. It's not going to be his game.
No,
but he was very good at what he did.
Yeah, and I think he was a good midfielder. He didn't really offer a lot, didn't offer little. You know, he's just steady. Really, he's just a steady player. You know, he couldn't tackle for shit, but Paul Scholes couldn't tackle for shit either. So
Paul Scholes is shit.
Oh, I don't know. I think some of Paul Scholes' tackles were not accidentally mistimed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. So he couldn't tackle. He's no good at tackling. You know, long range passing was very good. Short passes were good. Long shots, lovely. Tackle,
vision.
No. Couldn't header.
Paul Scholes, one of the best midfielders to grace the Premier League ever. Probably one of the best midfielders I've seen in my generation. I think he's a fantastic player.
I think if he didn't play for Man United, people.
I
don't think Paul Scholes would be spoken about as much if he played for Villa throughout his career. Doing what he did for Man United. If he was at Villa,
he was a great player in the best team of an era. He was a great player. I don't think he's a world class player. I think Lampard and Gerrard were miles better than him in terms of individual ability.
I think so too, I differ.
He would not have been as successful as Chelsea or Liverpool. He couldn't have carried them teams like Lampard and Gerrard did. No way.
Yeah, but I don't think Gerrard and Lampard carried that. Well, Gerrard definitely carried Liverpool.
Gerrard did.
Lampard was part of. I don't know. I would always go
the second best.
Gerrard, Scholes. Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes. I've always been in that order. No one can tell me. That's me personally. But that doesn't mean that, that's another thing as well. What football loves to do is like if you say something about a particular player, it automatically means that the other one's shit. It's like, oh, ball off, man. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. But if you ask my opinion, I think that Lampard his attacking ability, his attacking prowess, I think I'd probably go with Scholes for that, that long range pass. I still think Scholes is a great player.
Yeah, and I'll go
But
with
but I
Gerrard.
think Gerrard's the best combination of the both of them. Like, he could fucking score that 40-yarder, he could score that tap in, but then he could also spread that ball with the outside of his right foot across the pitch. That's why he's my favourite.
See, I think they're different. They're very different players. Scholes, for me, yes, if you look at the defensive side, could he carried those teams? I don't think he could have done. But actually, in terms of his vision, creativity, the way he read the game, technically on the ball, his ability to pass and read the play, I think he was better than both of those two. Could he have carried either of those teams? No. Could either of those teams played the way that they played if they had a Scholes instead of either a Lampard or a Gerrard? No, I don't think they could have done. They'd have had to have changed the way they play.
Put it this way, I just think that Manchester United side would have been just as successful without Scholes.
Yes.
Maybe they would have. I don't think it's a really. No, that's exactly I'm not saying they're a better. They're obviously a better team with Scholes. I'm not.
They
won
the Champions League without Scholes.
Yeah, but and what I'm saying is that their title credentials don't disappear if you take Scholes out of that team. They were star-studded all across the board. Whereas you take Lampard and Gerrard out
that's
of
the thing. I don't think Man United were star-studded across the board. I don't think they were.
I think Giggs is more important to Man United.
I agree with that as well. I think
Giggs was massive
to them, but I don't think that the Man United, especially the 90s team, I don't think it's world class. They were all 7 out of 10 players or 8 out of 10 players playing under a 10 out of 10 manager, and it worked. I honestly think that. I honestly think that no one dipped for Man United. Everybody played the same. They all played for each other. They all had no choice, because if they dipped in any way, shape, or form, they're going to be out the door. Simple as that.
Do you know the one thing they had?
Lee Sharp was a banging left winger. He was so good, and his attitude stunk, and he loved the party life too much, so he got chinned off. He leaves Man United, career goes tits up. It's simple as that. Because at the time, Ryan Giggs was still young, and despite him being good, Lee Sharp was your main guy. But his attitude was bad, so therefore he got kicked out. It's as simple as that.
I've got to shoot for just 5 minutes. I'll be back in a sec.
No worries, man.
But I think that's all to do with the mentality, and we've said that time and time again on the show. Mentality goes such a long way in a team sport to making a team successful or a failure.
And who's the person that installs that?
And that comes from exactly that. It comes from Sir Alex.
Yeah.
I think tactically, Sir Alex Ferguson, over the years that you had Manchester United, I think he was pretty much almost perfect throughout his entire tenure. He made one, of course, he made some mistakes with some of the transfer dealings that he had.
Well, you can't win every game.
But you can't get them all right.
Exactly. You can't expect every player that comes in to be bang on the money.
No. And those players have to take some responsibility for their own actions.
Fabianski's down, he's injured. Martin's sitting there and he's like, oh man, this is my turn last year, but it's Darren Randolph who is on the bench this time round, and it looks like he could be called into action because Fabianski's rolled his right ankle. He's just got back up on his feet. He's walking around very gingerly. He doesn't look very comfortable. He's trying to run on it.
No, he don't look right at all.
No, there's a lot of grimacing. He doesn't look overly comfortable about it. He can't be the one taking goal kicks at the moment. So whether you can nowadays, can't you? You can just play it short, which I can't stand. This ball's got to come out of his hands. He can't be looking to kick this one, because he's either going to mash up his foot or he's going to be standing on his bad foot. He's just played it square instead.
You're a little bit ahead of me at the minute. I'm still 51 minutes bang on.
Right, okay.
He's literally just played it square. The ball's gone back into midfield.
Right. Where are you? That's
51-19.
Yeah. That's us. We're bang on their money. It's a Chelsea throw-in. Kufal's not happy about it.
Kufal's not happy about it at all.
With this injury / knock to Fabianski, this is Chelsea's time to put some serious pressure on. Make that goalkeeper work. Get him moving about because he ain't gonna like it.
No.
This
and particularly with a goalkeeper, although when you're running, obviously, if you've got a sore ankle, running around, and the explosive jumps and movements and the landing from the jumping that the goalkeepers have to go and do, you've got a sore ankle. You do not want to do that. It hurts.
You don't want to move in at all. Emerson's not looked too bad since he's been on. He's a player who doesn't really get a lot of game time. But depending on how bad this injury is, I mean, like the injury to Ben Chilwell in the first half, it was completely innocuous. He's just landed.
He just rolled over his ankle.
Yeah, it's as we said earlier on, it's at a right angle.
Your ankle is not meant to go in that direction, is it? No way is it meant to go in that direction. It looks sore, but he did the same. Was it the same ankle? Or was it his other ankle he did in the previous game?
I didn't see the injury on the previous game.
Yeah, he didn't go off injured. He sort of played on, but again, it was the same thing. And he'd come through down the left-hand side, and it was on the edge of the box in the previous game. Just twisted, rolled his ankle. No one was there. It's just one of them things.
Right, is that a throw-in? Yeah, it is a throw-in. Chelsea put themselves under a bit of unnecessary pressure there. Zuma's cleared it out for a throw-in. But is this a corner now? Right. This is West Ham's time. They need to take advantage of these set pieces. Balbuena's going to come up. I don't rate Balbuena, but he is still a threat in the air.
Yep.
Kubal's going to be there. Souček's going to be there. There's the big check man. There he is.
Ogbonna is Ogbonna up as well?
Oh, yeah, Ogbonna scored the winner last week, didn't he? From a corner, and it was headed from a corner. So there's all three of them.
He's had a good season, to be fair.
Ogbonna?
Yeah, and he had a good season, a good end to the last season as well.
He's a bloody good defender, man. Honestly, you don't get to play for Juve if you're terrible. So here comes the corner from Cresswell.
Comes in. Ooh. Nah, it's not the best.
Souček's still there, being a bit of a danger. He's going to get whipped back in. There's a man down
Chelsea player down holding his face. Is that Zuma that's holding his face on the floor?
Looks like Zuma. I think he's holding his face as a cop out, just to say, can we just get the play stopped? He's fine. There ain't nothing wrong with him. Right.
Let's have a quick look.
Oh, no, he lands on him. Right. It's Ogbonna who lands on him. Yeah, bit of shoulder. No, yeah, he's landed on his right shoulder. That could hurt.
But it won't hurt his face. I think his face is fine.
No, but that's what you do, isn't it? You got to go down and hold your face because the referee.
Yeah, just to draw the attention.
Yeah. It sounds dodgy as hell, but everyone's playing the game nowadays, aren't they? So
I don't know. I'm not sure I like that though, because you've got players that are generally having concussions, and I think there does need to be more in general for concussion incidents on the football field. It's too easy for players to play on pressures of the team, pressures of needing a goal, whatever. Self-pressure and self-pride, they don't really want to come off the pitch because they feel they do want to go and continue. So, and we probably do need to do more to enforce the best welfare of the players in the long term, as well as not penalise the clubs and give them some kind of, ability to make the additional substitutions. However,
I agree with that, but end of the day,
I don't like players just grabbing your face.
No, if you're a defender and you're playing, you're defending the corner, you've gone down a little bit hurt inside the box. Do you want to be responsible for the game not being stopped? Because it's not the referee's decision to stop the game. From a referee's point of view, if you're down and injured, that's not my problem. If you got a head injury, I've got to blow the whistle. So if you're a defender, I want you holding your head.
The thing is, the bit I don't like.
It's a good little dance through.
And Bowen.
Bowen. It's another corner. It's another corner to West Ham. So the big boys are coming up again. Everyone's coming home, including Tammy Abraham, who cleared the last corner. Tammy Abraham is a really good attacker to have when you're defending, as well, because he could do that job.
Yeah.
6'4". Get rid of the ball.
Is he really 6'4"?
About 6'4", yeah.
Blimey.
What do I think? Like, yeah.
I thought it was a bit. I didn't realise he was as tall as that. Oh.
Let's have a look, see how tall he is.
Little mop up there from Kante. Tabby Abraham takes control again. And here comes Chelsea, just returning possession, playing it back. Little triangle.
He's even taller than that.
Really?
Yeah, 1'9". What's that? That is. Oh no, that's 6. 1 point.
I don't know.
1.9. 1 no. He is tall, bruv. He's like 6'6".
No.
That is 1.9 meters. 1.1. Oh, 1.9. 1.9 meters. Oh, 6'3". 6'3".
Okay. Still reasonably tall, but yeah, not 6'7".
Still tall.
Like,
No.
As
I was typing it in, I was like, hold on a minute. I was like 1.9. I thought that's 2 meters. Yeah, it's like 2 meters is quite a lot.
All in the
you know
box.
what? There it was. I'll tell you what. If that goes over Ogbonna, that lands sweetly on the head of Souček. What's he moaning for? Is he just asking for a corner, or is he asking for something else? What's Chris Cav want? I was going to see if Thiago's all right. But this free kick's whipped in.
Yeah, it's off Thiago.
That's a corner. That's a corner.
Yeah, it's corner ball.
Yeah. Oh, but VAR don't come in for those sort of things. So it's just one of those win some, you lose some situations.
I miss much.
Well, yeah, it's back.
No, there's West Ham had a couple of corners, but they haven't really been able to utilise anyone in there.
Yeah, I was listening to it on the old radio, and the commentators just went off on a massive tangent, and they were like, "Honestly, we should go back to talking about the game." And I was like,
so it's not just us.
Yeah, I was like,
I've got time for that. Where'd you go? Did you go shop?
Mm-hmm.
What did you buy?
I just thought of chocolate, and I was like, I ain't got any chocolate. And then I was like, the shop's going to close, and I was like, I need to go.
I need to go right now.
Yeah. So what have you plumped for? What's your top 3 that you've plumped for on the chocolate bars?
So about top 3, but if you had this new bad boy.
No.
The medley. What's in it?
Fudge pieces, light and dark chocolate chip. It's fucking bam.
Oh.
I don't really like dark chocolate though.
No, you hardly taste it.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I only like dark
chocolate
if it's like infused.
So it's normal milk,
mint or lime.
Some dark chocolate
lime, mint or orange. I mean.
No, see that's where I'd have been out. Milk chocolate is too sweet. I need a bit of darkness in my life. Can't be dealing with milk chocolate. It's too sweet.
Because obviously I don't drink anymore because I'm a Christian. Or I don't know, I'm not, but I've gone for this for a bit of burn. Right?
I might do actually.
Diet Coke
as well.
Yeah, just like I feel a burn. I need something to like squash the demons.
The Coke bottle's going to be the answer to that.
Yeah, it's the spliff I put in it after. And
to be 14 again.
Yeah, exactly.
I never get Diet Coke.
Oh, see, my mum was she was a Weight Watchers leader. Bit of trivia for people. So if she was going to have anything, it had to be the diet equivalent. Which don't get me wrong, she did wise up years later and realise that a lot of crap it all is.
It's rubbish and it's
I just think that it's a bit like Pepsi Max. We have an abundance of Pepsi Max in this house, but the issue is like with Fat Coke, especially in a can, it just leaves like a really shit deposit on your teeth.
Oh,
I can't
mate,
stand
I
that.
can't stand it because it makes me. I can taste the sugar. No,
Mm.
I feel it on my teeth. It's horrible.
That's why I don't do it. I'm not like doing it. Oh, I want to save weight. I mean, like, but I remember my first ever job. I was 16 years old. I was an absolute arsehole, man. Because like, they used to do like, I think it might have been Weight Watchers as well, where you could only have 20 points a day food wise. Like certain foods were X amount of points or whatever. And oh my god, like at lunchtime alone, I would make sure that I'd exceed 20 points. I'll just sit there and have like 2 Big Mac meals and sit there at my desk. Like, yeah, it's a 20 points. I haven't even had my breakfast and I've still got dinner to come as well. And it was so horrible. Oh, so horrible. Oh dear.
The thing is, when you're younger though,
made.
you can get away with it.
I can still get away with it now. I'm still trim as hell.
Mate, I can't get away with that. I've only got to look at McDonald's, mate, and that's it. I need another diet afterwards.
Yeah, but is that why you go running for all the time? Because I don't bother running, and I'm all right.
Mate, I was
Right,
a skinny kid growing up.
Oh,
As soon as I hit 19, 20, I started raking it on. It just stopped. The magic went. No.
Yeah, Fornals just had a shot. It's just been deflected wide from Azpilicueta. And West Ham are looking at bringing on a change, but they're taking the corner first. Here comes Cresswell.
Ball comes in.
Left peg.
Oh, what's he punched it there for?
Made a bit of a hash of that.
I don't know why he's punched it there rather than just caught the ball. He wasn't under any pressure.
Throwing it out here, a draw was 4-1 at half time.
Wow. That's a big cross. Bit too deep.
Too deep. Too deep.
He's going to keep it in? Yeah. Otherwise, it will go out for a throw-in. And I don't think that would be very beneficial to Chelsea. Big clearance from Timo Werner.
Fabianski's foot seems better.
Yeah, he's a footballer. Magic sponge. And, so it looks like they will be making a change in a few moments' time with Ben Rama. Who's getting warm and ready to come on.
I mean, it's 63 minutes. Is that going to be for Noble?
Yeah, probably. He's knackered now, isn't he? Bless him.
I mean, he's like 95, isn't he?
I love the fact he's a one-club man, though. I really do. And there was a period when he should.
What about Mark Noble?
He should have gone though.
No, there's a period where he should have played for England, and this is the thing. Like, if he was at a big club, they would have been like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we'll have a look at him." He's Mr. Consistent for a number of years. Now he's way too old for it now. But there's Noble now. He's left it for Cresswell, and it's cut out there by Azpilicueta, and out come Chelsea.
Would he have played for England if he'd have changed club though?
Yeah.
And where would he have gone?
I would probably say a team that were regular, consistent top 10 at the time. So like someone who wouldn't even dip below 10th ever from game one.
One thing you have to give credit to Southgate is he would have put Noble in his team.
If Noble was 22, 23 and Southgate was in charge, 100% Noble will be starting for England. There's no two ways about it. Southgate out. He just.
And for that reason.
Right. I think that is the welcomed break to allow for this substitution. Chelsea making a sub first. Is Jorginho coming off and Kovacic, who's going to be coming on in his place.
So it's more or less like for like.
That is like for like. Bit more energy, a bit of energy in the middle of the park. Someone who's going to be driving the ball forwards more than sideways. Excuse me. And that's not actually a dig at Jorginho either. It's just that he's more of a sideways passer when he's got the ball, but he's there to cut out things. And
who's replacing him? Kovacic.
Kovacic, yeah.
Well, I'm assuming it's already happened on your end. I imagine he's scored.
And then Fornals has come off for Saïd Benrahma, the former Brentford man.
That's an interesting change.
That's another like for like though, isn't it? But I think Benrahma, I imagine he'll still operate on the left hand side, cut inside, right peg, have a dig, try and make something happen. I'm intrigued to think. I do think that Fabianski still has a bit of an issue because there's been a couple of times where West Ham could have laid it back to him and they've chosen not to. Here's Ben Rama's first touch.
Has he kicked long yet? Because I don't think he has.
No, he hasn't. So he's but he hasn't played against Southampton for that. Shane Long reference. West Ham free kick. Oh, is he? Oh, is he? What's he doing?
I don't know what they've done there. I think
they've sort of just played on.
Yeah.
Fair enough. The ball was dead, so carry on. West Ham might benefit from it. They're looking much more in the game this half. They've had much more possession. They look way more comfortable on the ball. He's a wingman. He is someone who operates out wide. Between him and Buemo and Watkins, they scored a lot of goals for Brentford last year.
No goal scorer is 5-4.
No,
So
there's
another. No, there's a goal in this. Ball comes across the box. Ooh,
that's Ben Rama's opportunity, but he's only just come on the pitch.
Mark Noble's been a lot more involved this second half, or he certainly seems to be. He seems to be more on the ball. He's moving around the pitch and been in different areas.
Yeah, I think everyone for West Ham has stepped up. They've obviously been told something at half time, and they've listened and they've thought, do you know what? Right, okay, we do need to do something here. Because West Ham are doing well in the league. Let's be real. A win here today, I think it takes them up to sixth or seventh in the league. I think they're on 21 points. Before this game started, or on 20 or 21 points. So yeah, it takes them to a decent position in the league if they win this game. Who they got on Boxing Day? Let's have a look. Should we have a look at some Boxing Day fixtures while everyone's just passing it about?
Yeah.
It's so on Boxing Day you've got
Chelsea have got an easy game coming up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 3 points guaranteed for Chelsea. So they don't have to worry about this game because they know they're going to bag 3 points in the next game. So
Leicester United at 12:30. I think that would be a great game to watch.
Yeah, indeed, I reckon so. So the fixtures look like this: Saturday at 12:30 is the Leicester Man United game. Then there's 2 games at 3:00. Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace, Fulham versus Southampton. 5:30 is Arsenal versus Chelsea, and 2 games at 8:00 are Man City versus Newcastle and Sheffield United versus Everton. If you're watching the show, you'll be able to see that these games are on various channels. So BT Sport, BBC, Sky Sports, etc. And then on the 27th, all these games are on Sky Sports. 12:00, you've got Leeds versus Burnley, West Ham versus Brighton at 2:15, Liverpool versus West Brom at 4:30, and then at 7:15 on Sunday, the 27th, is Wolves versus Tottenham. So there's some real good games there.
As I said, picking a bunch for me on Boxing Day will be Leicester, Manchester United. I think that'll be an absolute cracking game to watch.
I'm really looking forward to that.
There's got goals in that.
I'm disappointed that game is kicking off at lunchtime. I think that's my only disappointment. I want that game to be. I don't want either team to come out and say, "Oh, we're tired from travel over Christmas and rah rah rah." I want that game to. I wanted that game to be on Sunday or at the late game. I don't want any excuse.
That is a very conflicting comment.
What is?
Need a Chelsea clean sheet and a Cresswell goal for my FPL.
Oh yeah, one of each. Yeah, so Cresswell goal. That's asking a lot, man. But then again, that's a free.
You're more likely to get the clean sheet.
That'd be a free kick though. You're probably looking at, or at least an assist to try and sort him out. That's Devo, who I do the Bundesliga show with on Wednesday nights. So make sure you tune into that sort of stuff via the Two at Top channel or via the TFB Dugout channel as well, because it's on both of ours.
Oh, Chelsea are in here. Mistake at the back. It's all mopped up, nice and easy.
That's. I think the flag would have gone up for that anyway. They're coming back again though. He's right once again. Pulisic taking too long to make a pass. I'm not really. Pulisic has pissed me off this game. let's Pulisic as
You're not having it, are you?
No, I'm not. I really like Pulisic as well. I felt that the money that he went for was a bit too much, considering that the end of that season he didn't have a great time at Dortmund. But he's come to Chelsea. Took a while for him to settle in. He's picked up. He is like just kicked on from last season. Easily the best player on the pitch for Chelsea before he went off injured in the FA Cup final as well. But he's not. I don't know if he just needs a little bit more time to settle into the new start of the season from the injury. That's a great ball from Declan Rice.
Do you think that's the case, or do you think he's just got a bit too almost
ball,
intimidated by the number of players that have come in?
No, definitely not, because that's the whole point of competition. And if you can't handle that, you're at the wrong club, or you're in the wrong profession. You know you went there for big money. You got the number 10 shirt. That's an awful foul throw, and they've let it stand.
Yeah.
He's been watching Bellerin too much.
Ball's gone through the box.
Oh, look at that. Who's on the header?
Head it back.
Souček. Souček loves a header.
Mendy's bang on there. Just tell everyone to calm down and be sensible.
Devo, mate, I can't see this goal coming from Cresswell at all.
No.
Well, once again,
you're more likely to get a Cresswell assist.
Yeah, Cresswell assist. I'd imagine seeing maybe 2 assists.
I mean, I can't see. I don't think I can see West Ham scoring here. I can see another Chelsea goal coming. West Ham are getting more and more of the ball. They are pushing forward. They are trying to score, but they're leaving more gaps. And I could just see Chelsea getting a goal on the counter.
Yeah, that's the only way I can see Chelsea getting a goal, because I can't see them working the ball through the midfield and stuff. And
no, it's going to be a counter.
I've got Chilwell in my fantasy team. If Chelsea get a clean sheet, does he still get the points for a clean sheet, even though he went off after like 10 minutes?
No.
Has he got to play a certain amount of minutes first?
No, they have to play 60 minutes first, I think.
Burn.
That's a disaster.
It's just, yeah. Tweet
Well, I've lost interest.
Yeah. Tell him he should have played on for another 45 minutes so he can go.
Yeah, exactly. He's still great.
Yeah, West Ham look very organised.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, it's what I said earlier. They win because they work hard, not because they play well.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them that are looking very tired now. Declan Rice looking tired. Mark Noble, I'm surprised, is still on the pitch.
I'd be exhausted if I was pretending to be a top footballer as well.
Mark Noble's what, 34?
He's younger than you.
You're talking to Buck, right?
Just having a laugh.
Mark Noble. Mark Noble he's literally 2 months older than me. He's 34. I believe he's got the same birthday as Lionel Messi. I think that's the same as Lionel Messi.
Anything to get your name and Lionel Messi in the same sentence.
I told you this before. We could have been in the same school year.
And that's where it ends.
We would be in the same school year. Simple as that. Lionel Messi. I know. Lionel Messi's a month. His birthday's a month before mine. Is it Fabregas? Just name dropping. Next name dropping.
Are we just desperately trying to find someone that's got the same school year and the same month as you?
No, I was
going to start working through.
Well, I'll tell you who would be. He's a day older than me, and that's Julian Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann's birthday is the 23rd of July, 1987. He's born, and it's a day before mine. And I'm doing the frigging podcast with you pricks, and he's on the he's on the touchline with frigging, everyone else in the Bundesliga doing massive bits. No, it says Fabregas' birthday is the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th.
Yes.
I'm sure that's either my nephew's birthday or my nan's birthday, but I don't know which one.
Yeah.
I don't know which one.
So yeah. So Fabregas is 4 days older than Mark Noble. So if anyone wants to do like birthday off or whatever with people, now you know. I share my birthday with Martin Keown and Jennifer Lopez.
I share mine with J. Cole. The only reason I know that is because he's got a song called January 28th, and I was like, oh, sick.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah. I rate that.
Yeah, I was like, nice. So I'll play that on my birthday now.
I have no idea.
Song.
I generally have no idea who I share a birthday with.
Well, Google it.
I know I almost shared my birthday with my daughter. I know that much.
Oh, no, that's offside, surely.
That doesn't really count.
That has got to be offside. Tammy Abraham's put the ball in the back of the net, but I think it might be offside.
I'll be there in a minute.
Right, hold on. I'm Googling for my birthday.
That can't. Well, I didn't see where I think it might be.
He might be onside.
I think he might be, you know. It just looks so sheepish.
Let's have a look.
He might have timed that perfectly.
Emerson. Oh my God, he's miles on side.
Oh wow, he's miles on side.
And that's Aaron Cresswell. That's Aaron Cresswell who's bugged that one up. Kept him on side.
Wow. Didn't see that one coming.
No, I didn't see it coming that way. Oh, is that a Timo Werner assist? That'll do. Yeah, it's gone in the back of the net, and it's Chelsea 2, West Ham 0. Yeah, Cresswell. He's kept everyone on side.
Ah well, you'll get an assist.
No, I didn't expect that happening. If anything, I saw West Ham getting one back, or it finishing 1-0. So that for me is game over.
Yeah,
I think Chelsea
now.
Yeah, I think Chelsea are cool now. There, I can't see them fluffing their lines.
Right, so just to join in the birthday bashing, I've Googled my birthday and I can tell you I don't recognise a single person.
Oh, there we go. It's 3-0. It's 3-0. It's game over. And that's Tammy Abraham again. 2 in 2. That was poor defensively, that was.
Yeah, I think I've done the same thing as you. I've typed in my birthday, and I only can assume that these people are like TikTok and YouTube people because I've never heard of these people.
All right, run some names.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Elijah Wood shares the same birthday as me.
Elijah Wood, yeah.
I know him. I'm going for the ones I know. I'm not going to start reading. Rick Ross. Nice.
You should have had that, Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Ricky Rose, man.
And J. Cole. I don't mess about, man. If anything, I'm probably up there in terms of rap level as well. Well, Rick Ross, I certainly am. But, you know.
Rose.
Ricky Rose.
Rose. Oh. Tammy Abraham with his 5th goal of the season. Almost as many goals as Arsenal scored this season.
Okay, so players that have my birthday, allegedly.
Oh, you've gone straight with players? I thought you were just going famous people.
Because everyone else, I think they're all dead. Niall Quinn.
Are you sure about Niall Quinn? That's strong.
Niall Quinn.
Big target, man.
Casper Dolberg.
Yeah. He was meant to be the next big thing, but didn't quite make it. Bless him.
Bruce Grobbelaar.
Oh, God.
Mark Schwarzer.
Oh, yeah. Still on the goalkeeper flex.
Alan Stubbs.
Yeah. Bolton and Celtic legend.
Ricardo Pereira.
Is that Ricardo Pereira right back for Leicester? Ricardo Pereira.
I believe so.
So, right, Chelsea have scored 3 goals or more in 8 games so far this season. Can I say that?
Oh, Buffon. I showed the birthday's Buffon, so there you go.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey.
So, you know, if you needed more proof that I'm a keeper.
Oh, God. I share a birthday with Ryan's World.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Oh, you haven't discovered that yet, Gav? Oh man,
Is it a
you've been let off.
YouTuber?
Yeah, it's some like 9-year-old kid that gets toys and toys and
Yeah,
toys.
I know.
and
I've
kids-
seen, I know you're on about.
No, not
Yeah,
not
he
interested.
gets. Yeah, he's richer than all of us combined easily.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's most YouTubers actually, but
Congratulations to him. You know, not for me.
well, his parents are rich. He's not. I love
I
that.
don't really know any of the other people. No
There's
idea.
so many cases of that where you got parents just like exporting their kids for money because their kid's like a famous YouTuber.
Yeah,
It's like-
exactly.
And that they get to age like, oh, but we spent it on our mortgage.
I don't think they could spend his money on their mortgage. Honestly, he makes so much of it.
Oh yeah, I know.
Daniela De Rossi, he shares a birthday with me. I'll say that.
Danielle De Rossi.
There's a
Player.
thing on my birthday. They're all goalkeepers.
Yeah, but you don't have
So what happened
Buffon,
to you
though.
then?
No, I don't have Buffon, but like, you know.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of players that have a birthday with me. Emre Moore, he was meant to be the next big thing. He was terrible. His birthday is the same day as mine. And that's it. Oh, Jim Leighton. Do you remember Jim Leighton, Buck?
No.
Goalkeeper.
Who's Jim Leighton? No.
He was at Euro '96. That's why I asked you, Buck, rather than asking Ed.
Yeah, Ed
Well,
would have a clue.
that's because I was born in '97, so
There you go.
You were born in '97.
yeah,
Yeah.
I left.
Oh
I
my
left secondary.
God,
I left secondary school in 2013.
Oh my God.
No way. Danny Dyer shares the same birthday as me. Oh,
Who's the
I've got a
bigger
lot of
prick?
time for that. Man, Danny Dyer's a fucking bad man, mate.
Apart
Anyone
from
who
the fact that
says
he calls
Danny
his daughter
Dyer is a
Danny
bad
Dyer.
man automatically
is.
clarifies he's not.
No.
Absolute
No.
G, man.
No, he went downhill when he called his daughter Danny as well. So you got Danny Dyer and Danny Dyer.
She's
Like,
fit though, so she's allowed.
but it's still a stupid thing to do.
No, I don't think that was the reason Danny. Well, actually, no. I wouldn't put it past Danny Dyer. Actually,
Simon shares his birthday with Iker Casillas and Petr Cech. Now,
Go
that
on,
is
son.
impressive.
That
I'll
is a
rate that
birthday.
Right, whoever's watching, who do you share your birthday with? You know, I want to hear some big bad boy footballer names. I want to see some, you know, like Frank Puskás and, you know, top end footballers. Like, I don't want to see no shitty footballers like Pele and that sharing your birthday.
Oh God, Jesus! He's gone on with Pele again. Don't get him on Pele, Jesus.
Well, he did a whole YouTube video on it.
I know.
You'll be able
Honestly,
to find
it's an
that.
absolute run.
You'll be able
Oh,
to
guess
find that.
what?
on
I didn't
YouTube.
realise this. Jamie Carragher has the same birthday as me.
Oh,
And technically, I'm a bigger Liverpool fan because he's an Everton fan.
yeah, he's an Everton fan. Yeah, so you got it right there. Technically, he's won more trophies than you, though.
Not really. See how many Hot Shots
do you-
trophies I got.
I was going to say, do you
Hot
include
Shots.
Employee of the Month?
Huh?
Hot Shots, is that with Mark Spatcher?
Yeah, back in the day.
Oh, my God.
Mark used to be my teacher.
Don't watch me dropping out the old school Northantonian names. Mark Spatcher's like a local legend. He's almost as big a
He was
legend as
probably
Eric
in
from
your
Millennium.
class at school, Gav. And now he's teaching,
No,
teaching me
No,
basketball.
it's in Bucky's class.
Yeah, we also had an American. We had an American called not Coolio. He was called Mario.
But you called him Coolio because
I called him Coolio because I'm a massive racist.
so it's Coolio. You're now Coolio.
Is Coolio still alive?
Probably. Just about. It's probably it's still got the same shit hair. I'll say it's shit hair because, like, back in the day when he had lots of hair, it looked all right. But nowadays, he hasn't got the hair, and it's literally like scraping the barrel with his little plaits and that.
When did you roughly think I was born?
Me or Buck?
Buck. The pure shock.
Mate, I didn't think you were that young. Like,
age.
that's literally that's an age that by you. Well, you were still
Buck
in
is
nappies
old
when I
enough
was
to be your dad.
leaving school.
Well, I'm 23.
Yeah, and Buck's
Yeah,
60.
yeah.
Who?
Nah, only 61.
No, what are you? What are you now? 39? 38?
No, mate, I'm 38 now.
38. Right, okay. So if you were from Bellings,
so I could have had a young kid.
Yeah, if you were from Bellings, you'd be old enough to be Ed's dad.
Yeah.
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 Bellings as well, yeah.
My
dad's from Spencer, so that says it all.
Yeah.
No way. I'll share my birthday with Nate from Kingdom.
Oh, really? Oh, Claire's on it, having a look and see if she shares her birthday with. Have you guys watched Kingdom on Netflix?
Kingdom?
No.
Yeah, the one about MMA fighting and stuff.
Oh, the one where it's like it's got one of the brothers from I can't remember. It's got the I know who you're on about.
Yeah. Well, Nate, the young lad in that, Claire shares her birthday with him.
Yeah. And did she have a massive crush on him?
Yeah, so do I. To be fair, he's proper fit. He likes boys in the show as well, so I might be able to get away with it. Simon, if we were going to go with a non-footballer, oh my God, he shares his birthday with Cher and Louis Theroux. Simon's won this game.
No, he hasn't.
Shit.
Let me have a look. Let's have a look at my track. Let's have a look at my top.
What date his birthday is.
What date is your birthday?
What date is your birthday, Simon? I want to know.
Louis Theroux.
Is he leaving any like weird ones out? He's like gone through the list and just gone, oh, there's Jimmy Savile there. Oh no, we'll part that one. We won't mention it.
Oh yeah, exactly. If Jimmy Savile's in there, then you automatically lose. Right. So yeah, but I don't know any of these people as well. Like Saffron Barker.
She's a YouTuber.
Tanner Brown-Gart.
Don't know who that is.
Bindi Irwin. Oh, is that Steve Irwin's daughter?
That's Steve Irwin's daughter.
Oh yeah, better for me. Yeah, that counts. Mitch Grassi. Don't know who that is.
Don't know.
You know, there's a load of random people that are on here. Look, put it this way: when this place is blatantly like a YouTuber.
20th of May.
Oh, he's got to do better than that. Kristen Chenoweth.
Don't know.
Who's that? Kyle Kuzma. You know, I've got.
Kyle Kuzma's a basketball player. He plays for Lakers.
Oh well, that's all right then. I can live with that a little bit. But other than that, there's a lot of shit people on my birthday, apart from Martin Kemp. But I win with Jennifer Lopez.
No, you don't.
That is good. Now, if we broaden this up to October as a birth month.
No, that's not how
we're not doing that.
No way,
Stephen.
bro.
Fucking hell. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, my birthday is going to be... No, you can celebrate it with your pals and stuff. And it's like, right, I'm going out every week for my birthday because my birthday is in October. But in terms of sharing a birthday, there was no way you could use the whole month as that. That's bullshit.
I'll share a birthday with Frodo
anyone
Baggins.
Out there,
come on, man.
Oh, my God. So for anyone out there that's in October, right, there are some big names that got birthdays in October.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I do.
It's not
going to 1997. I'm like,
exactly. Yeah,
we've got someone tuned in that's just like, I've got the same birthday as Maradona. There must be someone out there that's got the same birthday as Maradona.
Yeah, of course.
You'd want to know, wouldn't you?
Hopefully not the same. Hopefully that's where the comparisons end. Like,
yeah,
want to know.
Exactly. Well, it depends. You know, is that talcum powder in that package or what?
Depends on what year you picked it up at.
I'll tell you what.
Let's not forget. Biggie Smalls died the same year I was born. Granted, we had to make some room, but I'm not going to brag about that.
You were born before he died, though. So
well, the thing is, Pac died. I come into the world, and then Biggie was like,
Tupac's
I'll behave. You seen that? Remember that skit from Dave Chappelle where it's like he's still making music, and it's like it's just getting a bit ridiculous now.
Man, honestly,
Simon's killing this game, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Buster
Iker Casillas, Peter Cech, Buster Rhymes, Joe, yeah.
You're doing well, but it's not Jennifer Lopez, and it's not
no
Martin
one cares
Keown.
about Jennifer. Even Jennifer Lopez doesn't rate Jennifer Lopez.
And no one cares about Martin Keown.
No one cares
about Martin Keown. I mean,
he's a nice guy.
I care about Danny Dyer and I care about Jennifer Lopez.
I'm sorry,
Keown might be a nice guy.
It's my game anyway, so therefore I win. Otherwise, I'm taking my ball home.
Martin Keown's just a saucepan. That's all he is.
Claire shares her birthday with Flo Rida.
Is that the
If
best
anyone-
you've got? Flow Rider.
Well, I want to find someone out there who shares their birthday with Pitbull. I think that's the only way that you'd be able to beat
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. Thiago Silva got man of the match in this game.
Oh man.
According to Sky, anyway. And to be honest,
I know who could win this game.
he's been slated a few times, but you know, yeah, Harry shares his birthday with Lionel Messi.
I know.
Yes,
Hey, that's a good one.
it's a big shout. It's not everyone.
Never
I
heard
like
of him.
that. I like that.
Never heard of him.
Whoever's got Ian Wright's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Game.
Here we go. Oh, there's Kai Havertz with a little flick through for Abraham, who could have got his hat trick right at the end, but I think that will be enough. If I'm honest.
You think that'll be enough? It's 3-0, Gav.
So
No, but no, enough for the game.
while we're on birthdays, it's Samuel L. Jackson's birthday today.
Congratulations to Samuel L. Jackson.
That's a big name for today.
He must be
Get him on the show, mate. Get him on the show.
He's what is he? 72.
Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
Apparently.
No way.
Well, what do you think he was?
I thought he was like late 50s. Like
No.
Nah.
Oh, he's old, bruv.
maybe 60. He's 72 years old.
And that's the ball game.
What?
Euler wins.
Hey, don't
Oh,
believe
my daughter shares her birthday with Usher. That's kind of strong.
Oh,
I don't know. I've never
Oh,
been
I
a
like
big fan.
And Cliff Richard.
And Cliff Richard, bloody hell.
okay. She's gone down again now. She doesn't want to own that one.
I don't
Mate,
know.
You're telling me Usher brought her up? Like, we have different morals, that's what. And so anyone who was tuning in for the football, Chelsea won 3-0. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest game of football. It was really hard to watch.
No way.
And the fact that Ed popped out to the shop, listened to the football on the radio, and they decided to have a chat for about 10 minutes about anything random, and then they said, "Oh yeah, the football's on," just tells the whole story of that game. But I'll tell you what, if you want to play boring football and you win games, and that could win you a title, man. Honestly, if you want to do that, just become a Spurs fan.
Wow, you couldn't wait.
I was
could you? That was
waiting for
very
that to
low.
come
That
in.
was very like even you
That
could
was-
do better than that.
That was low. That
Yeah.
was very
Kick a
low.
man when he's down.
But what
I haven't
can
really
say?
got
Like,
anything, I've got nothing else to sing and dance about at the moment.
not
so,
really. I mean, it's
Well, I have, you know, like
to be fair.
Kansas City Chiefs, they're 13-1. Back to
No
when I
one
was-
cares about egg balls.
Nah.
Gav.
Oh, yeah,
I'd try and help you out here, Gav, mate. But you're so far down the league, I'd have to throw you a ladder rather than throwing you a hand.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hey, look, it doesn't happen very often, so I'm sitting here taking it because I'm a man. You know, I don't mind sitting there taking a couple of beats. But it's not forever. So
What
just
you
like-
mean in the Premier League?
yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to going to going to Oakwell.
So Arsenal have got a point, 14
I'm looking
points
forward to
from
go to
14
Arsenal.
games. Right,
Yeah.
so that's a point a game. So if at that
30,
form,
38
38
keeps you up
points,
nowadays.
you're just
Yeah.
about staying up. You'll be all
Doesn't
right.
matter. 38 keeps you up nowadays.
Yeah, and you're going to get
Might
37.
finish. Yeah.
Nah, I am no Arsenal ain't gonna go down.
Nah, they won't.
They
They won't.
they are going to have a
brilliant, though,
terrible
wouldn't it?
time. It would be kind of funny.
I feel really bad for you, Gav, but in terms of actually seeing a massive club like Arsenal go down, it would be so interesting. Like, it'd be a massive moment.
it happened to like Forest. You know, Forest were a
No,
big
but
club.
in the modern era. But
But when Forest
Leeds.
Forest went down in '93, just 10 years after winning the European Cup.
Oh,
Yeah,
Leeds
yeah,
went down as well, and they
Yeah,
were
I
in
mean, so-
Champions League.
They would
No,
too.
but Leeds haven't won anything like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking like at least.
Okay, so yeah,
at
Forest
least-
won.
Aston Villa have won a
Forest won it
European
back to
Cup.
back. Aston Villa, exactly. Aston Villa have won big stuff. You know what I mean? So,
the end of the day, the European Cup is the biggest prize in European football across the board. It's the only trophy every league cares about. Like, and the fact the trophies look the same for so long makes it even more special.
Man, I love the European
big
Cup.
ears, all big ears.
Yeah, man.
Chelsea have won it, and that's what I was trying to state that it doesn't matter how Chelsea, in the eyes of the public, got big. They've the fourth most successful side behind Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man United, but they've also won a European Cup. So, you know, Chelsea are making history. And for most fans, like, for example, say fans who are 13 years old now, they've only ever known Chelsea being this giant, humongous club. And
they've never done it before.
Yeah, so the banter of Chelsea oil money or whatever it may be, I know it's a bit different, that doesn't exist to them. And the same will happen to City.
Yeah, I mean, like we banter about it, but at the end of the day, and I'll tell you what, right? Another one, that's another prime example as well, like Man City, because Man City, when they won their first title, they didn't spend big whack. They spent a lot of money.
They did for where they were.
They spent quite a lot.
But how much was Aguero? 38.5 million. Liverpool matched
big money for it.
Well, stop. Perry and Al, stop, because Liverpool matched the release fee. He went to City. They're offering the same sort of money. He went to City. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like it was just City going out there big balling again. People were choosing to go there.
Given assurances and money. You know, he was a Liverpool fan, so I find that very unlikely.
Jolyon Lescott, he weren't big money. He was a player who was at the top of his game for a shitter club or a lower level club. So that what City did, they bought proven Premier League players that wanted to have a bit more ambition and try and move forwards. That's what City done in the last.
Samir Nasri, Craig Bellamy, Mario Balotelli, Sergio Aguero, David Silva. These were all the top players across Europe, like if not the young top players across Europe.
They didn't cost top dollar.
What was the team? You compare that team, but they did cost top dollar. 25 million back then for David Silva was fucking loads of money.
David Silva was meant to be going to Real Madrid at that time, and it was because he got caught out, like getting pissed or something. Real Madrid.
Doesn't that prove the point? The fact he was going to Real Madrid, then he goes to Man City, proves they bought big players. I'm not disregarding the fact that they won it.
I think you're missing the point. What I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say is they weren't going out spending like 60, 70, 80 million pound on players when they were first winning the title and stuff. They weren't doing that. They were going out buying the best of the lower level clubs. Exactly what Liverpool are doing right now. Exactly what Chelsea did before, and that's what they need. That's what they need to
I disagree, man. Because no one was spending 60 million on players there. Ronaldo was the only example of that. Like that was no one.
It was
any big club
was the 60, 70 million today.
Every big club was spending that sort of money. Every big club was spending that sort of money. You know,
but they weren't spending it on the volume of players that City were spending it on. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to say that City didn't build over a number of years. They did. They continued to invest, but they spent top dollar.
It wasn't Sean Wright, Phillips, Stephen Ireland, and that still filling the gap. Joe Hart from Birmingham. I know he was already at City, but that whole situation, Joe Hart was the top keeper of his game. You know.
Yeah, but Joe Hart. How much did Joe Hart cost? Joe Hart cost £1 million.
Yeah, but that's because they already owned him. He was from Man City's academy and went to Birmingham on loan.
Yeah, went to Birmingham on loan. They bought him at the time, like when the money was coming in anyway. They bought him for £1 million from Shrewsbury.
Yes,
that's why when he's captains for England, that's what got Shrewsbury a load of fucking cash, because it's like, oh, we'll give you X amount of money if that happens. Company, 8 million.
No, I'm not saying they didn't make fantastic signings. I'm just stating
it's more since they've won stuff.
Completely different.
It's more since they've won things when they've been like, look how much money that they've spent on fullbacks alone. Every fullback they buy is 50 million.
It's 50 million every time.
Yeah, and they've spent badly in that division,
and they never seem to work either.
To win their first league title, they didn't take the piss financially. That's what I'm getting at. They didn't take the piss. And I don't think Chelsea took the piss either.
taking the piss? Maybe not, but look, every club that's come from a mid-table, lower table, and suddenly wanted to take that next level up, they had to invest top dollar and they invest continuously for a number of seasons. Blackburn did it. Man United did it. Arsenal had to invest for a period. Liverpool have done it. Man City have done it. Chelsea have done it. They've all done it. You do not win titles or take that next level up just by relying on a freak of progression from either UU system or taking a punt on something that was, an unknown player.
Right. Okay.
You need to carry on that investment. They still did it.
The season that they won the title, all right, they bought Clichy from Arsenal, £10 million.
Yeah.
Not massive cash. They bought Savic, centre half. Weren't overly great. He was good enough though. 15 million. Their big money signing was Aguero. They spent a lot of money on Aguero, but that was just really meeting their release clause. Their release clause was 38.5 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 38.5 million at the time was a lot of money.
But other clubs reached that money as well. That's what I'm saying. Other clubs did it. They chose to go to City. That's not City's fault.
No,
do you know what I mean? You can't be going, oh, City just splashing cash. No, if other clubs are meeting the release clause, then it's up to the player to make that decision. And Nasri went for big money, left Arsenal, £24 million. That was a lot of money.
Yeah.
That was a lot of money. And Arsenal.
But you add all that up in one season, and that's a lot of money for the year in terms of their spend versus what was the average spend of clubs. It was a lot of money that was banded around. Did they just do it in 1 year? No. Did they go out and spend £300 million and not spend any the year before, the year after? No. But they spent good money.
As well. Carlos Tevez, they bought. Remember Santa Cruz? Rocky Santa Cruz, Emmanuel Adebayor, Craig Bellamy. They were buying everyone at the top of their game. They didn't even need Santa Cruz.
No, they were buying players that were Rocky Santa Cruz at Blackburn.
Yeah, he was fantastic at Blackburn. He was the Premier League.
But it was Blackburn.
No, but there's so many great players.
No, but they're not going out. They're not going out to Barca, Real, whoever, but are buying clubs from there or buying players from clubs that are the similar level as them. They're not doing that. And Liverpool are doing exactly the same right now. It's like, oh, we'll go to Wolves, we'll go to Southampton, we'll pick you up. You're the best player at Southampton. We'll pay whatever money from that club because they are not as big a club as Liverpool. You know what I mean? City are doing the same. They're using their money. Liverpool are doing it. Their net spend is great because they've sold well, but they're still spending a lot of whack to get where they are and what they're doing.
Yeah, and Liverpool need to continue to spend big because their front three is all I think the whole front three is 29 or 30 years of age.
Average age is 29 now.
Yeah, so and also they need to reinvest because they need to rejuvenate the squad.
That's why they bought 24-year-old Jota.
Yeah, that's why Jota's coming.
Minamino, etc. Yeah, so you've got to think of the future.
This is a fair point. But it's those small clubs seeing the likes of City, United, Chelsea, etc. after one of their players and throwing an extra 20 mil at the player, just because they'll pay stupid money. There's a lot of players that they could have got for a little bit less, but everyone knows how much money they've got. It's a little bit of extra tax almost, and it's the same thing happens with Man United when they go out and try and buy half decent players.
They get bang average players for stupid money.
Or they see Man United coming along, so it's like, right, okay, we're going to charge you X amount of money for this now. Happens loads. Happens all the time. All the time. Dear. Bucky's laptop's crashed. But it's time to dip anyway. What are we doing for what?
We should be back on Boxing Day.
Boxing Day. In fact, Boxing Day has changed quite a bit now, actually, especially from my end. Because of tier restrictions and all that sort of stuff. So availability is a little bit more free. You're doing a game on Boxing Day, aren't you?
I think I'm going to do Manchester United versus Leicester with my friend who's a Man United fan, just because I think a lot of people will be tuning in to that.
Yeah, happy days.
I'm being, yeah.
I think I'm going to do Arsenal Chelsea, and I'm hoping my good pal Tom Overend will be involved in that as well. So I need to have a little word with him. But if not, there'll be a fan of it from a Chelsea background who should be able to come along and do that as well. And then we are back on the 28th with the review show and more. There's plenty of games that we can do and watch alongs and reviews.
Man United versus Wolves on the Sunday. So Man United played on the 29th.
Yeah.
But they also played the 26th. So that's a whole other match week, actually.
Yeah, exactly. That's game day 16 of that.
Yeah,
point.
so we will have to do the 28th.
Yeah. Happy days. All right then. Well, for myself, Gav Mac, Ed Hall, and
I'll speak for Buck.
Vacant Stephen
Hey!
Buck. He comes in just as saying goodbye.
We cancelled because of you, mate.
But no, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you for everyone for your contributions with your chat, text, follows, likes, and subscriptions. Can you make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, please? At youtube.com on all social media, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and Periscope. And if you know, did you know if you put Twitter top into Google, our name comes up first? Oh, there you go. Many thanks, everyone. Cheers. Take care and goodbye. Southgate out.
Southgate out.